WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
Cool, man.
Hahn.
Don holding his hammer.
And Rosenberg.
Repug Don doesn't hold a candle to that pumpkin pie haircut of the freak.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, you bet your ace we are. 3:01 and 30 seconds in New York City, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on this glorious, sure, call it a spring Thursday if you want. It technically is. Feels like another winter Thursday, but it's a beautiful one. Don, you're at the Rock in New Jersey. How are you, friend?
Good. Not too bad. The voice is holding up. Just seems like everybody is sick. Grassa was under the weather. Carlin called in sick. You're, like, verklempt again.
Yeah, I'm coming out of it. But it started for me last Saturday, and I'm like, it's run through my whole house again. The full congestion sort of, nose situation. It hasn't been great.
Do you guys take, like, vitamin D? Do you take vitamin C? Do you take
zinc?
Multis? Do you take zinc? Nothing?
I don't believe in zinc. Is just that's a,
no,
scam.
No, it's not a scam.
But D, I take vitamin D. I take vitamin C.
I go up and down.
How about emergency? Just a little powder, put it in water, drink it every night before bed.
Every night.
Every night.
Dude, I'm flying. I got 8-year-old twins. They get into stuff, man. And I'm affectionate. I like to be around my kids. So, what are you gonna do?
What are you suggesting?
But also,
I'm
this
just
is
trying to help, man. I'm just trying to help. I don't need any accusations.
But don't act like you're above us.
Yeah, you act like
you're trying to help. I'm sorry, you don't want help. God, be sick, stay sick. Enjoy.
No, but there's sometimes when it's not. I'm a pretty good, consistent vitamin guy. Some years it just is what it is. This has been the year where everyone just keeps getting hit over and over again. Now, if you've been lucky, God bless. I have not been that lucky either, though.
Okay. No, I have noticed it. It does look like there's a lot of that going around, and I was just.
And you think you're better? No, you think you're better? I understand.
I don't think I'm better. I think I just want to make sure you guys are doing all the things that you need to do.
No, I could have done better.
For
honestly.
prevention.
I probably, but it wears on you. But we'll be okay.
Okay, I know you will.
Just never forget.
Get out of your hole.
So I got a big hole in my mouth.
This city's a real hole.
We're going to do this.
If you were late to the show yesterday, you didn't know.
It's unreal how many drops
involve the word hole. We didn't know.
I'm not in your hole.
Now, tonight, the Boston Celtics and the New York Knickerbockers are going to get together for, a pretty important game for a variety of reasons. Mostly, I think, emotional, intellectual, internal, if you will. The Celtics will do it without Jaylen Brown. Now, Alan, do I need to have any concern for the reason he's out is not like just sort of management, but tendonitis?
You can't love that it's Achilles tendonitis, right?
I don't.
That has been a thing that they have used in previous games where he has sat out. And that does, the minute you hear Achilles, everybody freaks out. But Achilles tendonitis is very different from an Achilles strain or anything like that. It's more or less something that you just need to manage and rest. It was something that actually Knicks fans might remember that Isaiah Hartenstein actually dealt with it 2 years ago at the end of the season, and he's held up just fine. So I don't think it's anything to be worried about. I think they're also giving a nod towards knowing that they'll be able to clinch the 2 seed pretty comfortably, and they aren't really looking to make this a statement game in any way. But I've seen the Celtics sit guys and then go into Charlotte and smack them around. So if you're the Knicks, you can't look at it as anything other than it ain't about them, it's about us. And you got to come and bring your A game. You got to know that Tatum's going to be a little squirrely being on that court again. He admitted it. He talked about it, that it is something that he knows he's got to get over. He said, I'm not looking forward to playing there, but, I know I got to do it and get over it.
Which is why I think he's playing.
Of course. It's exactly why he's playing, because he knows that, in another couple of weeks, I'll probably be back here playing in the second round.
And also, make no mistake, if they had played earlier in the season when he came back, or if he had never gotten hurt in the first place, he wouldn't be playing tonight.
I agree.
The Celtics have no interest in this game. But Tatum wants to get over the hump. He wants to play in the game. But whether he's going to play, anything more than 20 minutes and just an allotment of just going out there and saying that he appeared in the game is probably all that it's going to be. Now, what that does to me is that it kind of takes the fun out of the game as far as it being a measuring stick. Okay. And whether it's intentional or not, that's what happens now. That if the Knicks win the game, it'll be, well, so what? We didn't care. And if the Knicks lose the game, it's like a double loss because you couldn't beat the Celtics without one of their best players on the court and the other one that not even caring he's there. So if that matters to you, go out there, win by 20. If it doesn't matter to you, just get right. Get a win. What they're on pace to tie 2012, 2013?
They would yes,
this would
they
be their
could.
52nd
if
win,
they
right?
win out, they would tie 2013.
Whatever that is,
wins.
but still have the most wins in 13 years is not nothing.
Right. Well,
but
it would be with just one win, but yeah.
But I think if you're a Knicks fan, you don't even think about the Celtics. You just think about, I just want to get right. Another opportunity to just get all our ducks in a row before the playoffs start.
And if you want to just be annoyed and have a chip on your shoulder because you were going into the season thinking, let's win the conference, the Celtics won't have Tatum all year, and you're finishing the season 3 games behind them, you could be motivated by that too.
Well,
it wasn't supposed to be that way.
Yeah,
let's not rewrite history. It wasn't supposed to be this.
I think your motivation, there's a lot of different. First of all, the first motivation has got to be what we saw in Atlanta offensively. Can we see that again?
Yeah.
Or do you want to say, I don't want to show too much, so all right, we played in Atlanta, we did it in Atlanta. We're not showing the Celtics what this looks like. We're not doing it. I don't know. I'm really curious about that. Like, what would be the strategy? Like, what would you want to do? Keep running it, saying they're going to see it eventually in the first round anyway. They're going to have tape on it. So let's just get reps with this thing and almost intimidate by look at this wrinkle that we've been holding out until April. That now all of a sudden you're going to see with these two offensive talents playing together the way they're playing.
But they showed it against Atlanta, so it's there.
It's there, yeah.
The Celtics know it. They see it. So either whether they do it tonight or not, the Celtics still can prepare for it. If they wanted to keep it a secret, then they should have never brought it out against Atlanta, and then there would be a reason not to bring it out tonight. But once you exposed it, right, might as well just use it, run it, see how it'll work against the Celtics.
Yeah.
But once it's on film, right? I mean, I think the Celtics will be ready for it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. But it's just mostly to me tonight is continuing to build up confidence. Because if you win tonight, it's 3-1 in the season series. That's not nothing. Because last year, remember, was 0-4, and there was a lot of conjecture about how you can't beat them. You can't beat them. This is more of that confidence builder of, even with I know Brown's not there, but it doesn't matter. What matters is the jersey you're playing against, who they are, what they represent, and all that stuff. That matters mentally. That matters.
Interesting. That's interesting. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I wouldn't be as emphatic about it. I'm not sure how much it does matter. Like I mentioned last year, it didn't matter. Couldn't beat them, and then you beat them in the biggest spot there was in the second round of the playoffs.
You were down by 20 in both games. They gave you those games.
Oh,
they gave them to you because you stayed resilient. You didn't give up, which some teams are quick to quit. But you're in the playoffs. You're not going to quit. They gave them back those games, and then you took them, which you rightly were supposed to do. But they were still up 20. Let's not mistake what really was happening in those first two games. They were the better team that you were able to take advantage of because they had flaws that started to show in that series, which was they got old.
But I just don't know what you get out of tonight. So if you win this game tonight, no Brown, all right, you get the season series. But I don't know, Peter. Do you think it matters?
I think you get the fact that you can feel like we can beat them no matter what.
You should feel that anyway.
I sort of feel like, and this may sound like hate, I think it matters more to the Knicks than the Celtics.
I think you're right.
I mean,
there's no question about that.
Right? I mean, I think the Celtics, not only because, of course, they're not playing their best or second best player, depending on the day, but I just think overall, mentally, this game for the Celtics is about Jason Tatum playing on the floor, getting comfortable, and just being out there and playing. That to me is all this is. They're finishing at the 2. They've exceeded all expectations for this regular season. They truly know I think they know and believe that they can beat the Knicks in a 7-game series. Even though the Knicks were the team that did it last year, I think they still feel like they have more to prove. So I think this is a big night for the Knicks.
But hey, listen, feel any way you want to feel about it if you're the Knicks. Do whatever you got to do. But it does seem kind of goofy to me that you're going to, stick out your chest and go, well, we won 3 out of 4 against the Celtics. That's going to mean something. And then tell the world, well, we got destroyed by the Pistons 3 times, but that doesn't mean anything because we weren't showing everything.
No. See, that's not what you're saying, though. See, I'm not saying that. I don't know what they're saying, but I'm telling you what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need this because of exactly what you said, because of the Detroit thing. Because while I'm telling you, the word is Cleveland doesn't want the 3rd seed. They want the 4th seed. They won last night against Atlanta. But I'm curious to see what they do Friday because they play Atlanta again on Friday. And it sounds like Cleveland's fine with the 4th seed. And the reason why they're fine with the 4th seed is because they don't want to see Boston in the second round in their mind. They'd rather see Detroit in the second round because they think they can handle Detroit more than they can handle Boston. And that's it's all about the mind games, right? So if you are the Knicks and you're saying to yourself, man, Detroit gives us problems. And we know Detroit is out for blood against us because of last year. And every time we've played them this year, they have come out swinging, and they have beaten the hell out of us. And so, wouldn't you want to have that, all right, I'll play them later, and I'll have the confidence of 2 series if I meet them in the conference finals of, okay, now I think we're a better team now than we saw during the regular season. You build that up because at that point, because if you see Detroit early, you know what you're thinking. Oh, my God, this team. Like, you're going to be concerned. But if you win 2 rounds, especially if you knock out the Celtics again, tell me that you're not going to be more confident against Detroit. So the Boston thing is important because no matter who you play in the first round, if you get out of it, now you go into the second round knowing this is not the end game. This is not an upset if we win. You're looking at Boston as we know we can beat them. It's a different mindset and mentality. And the playoffs, as much as it's skill and talent and all that stuff and depth, it is mentality. It's how you feel playing against different teams.
Right, but I just think because of what happened last year, Alan, they were going to feel that way no matter what happened in the regular season. We know we can beat them. Now, the reason you want the Pistons as late as possible is the longer they're alive, the better chance they get knocked off, right? If I'm going to take on Detroit in the conference final, there's a chance they're not going to be there.
Because Cleveland, what if I don't think they will, but what if Cleveland took them out?
No, I don't think so either. But obviously that would be how I would look at it. Listen, pick your poison, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the great question, and we can throw it out to Knicks fans. I'll throw it out to you and Peter. When you look at the Knicks beating the Celtics last year, you have to say we can do it because you did it, like the old Tiger Woods. How do you know back to competing? Because I just did it.
Because I just did it, yeah.
But how should we really look at that series? That they were the better team? Or that was just that was just a one-off. That was just a fluke. They can't do it again. Like, what is the reality of that?
That's why, again, the season series and winning this game tonight, regardless of who's on the court and all that other stuff, winning the game gives you that reason to say, last I checked, we won 4 out of 2 and then 3 out of 4.
But
that's our run right now against this team, not the 0-4 last year.
Listen, how they want to take it, they can take it, but you just can't just throw out, well, regardless of who's on the court. Who's on the court matters. If you beat the Celtics without Jaylen Brown, it's a win. You went 3-1, but you don't think it'll be looked upon as the Celtics really didn't care about that game?
Again, I'm not talking about it from my perspective. I'm talking about if I'm in that group now. I don't care. I just know I beat them.
All right.
That's all I care about. Don, come on. That is part of this whole thing, the mind games. It's all part of it. Knowing that we got you. Knowing we can beat you. And we're always going to want to beat you. That's the best thing about this. Jaylen Brown, I'll give him credit because he's the only one. Thank God for him. Because seriously, Brunson won't do it. Cat won't do it. None of them will do it on this side. Can someone acknowledge the fact that Boston-New York is a great rivalry and it's fun and it should be something that we breathe life into? And Jaylen Brown did that. He did that the other night when everybody's immediately after that game was over in Boston. All the questions were about your place. You're playing the Knicks. You're playing the Knicks, and he just said it. He loves coming to the Garden. He loves the New York-Boston thing. The energy's great. He's all about it. Can we be all about it? Instead of pretending, it's not that big of a deal. Just another team. The hell with that. Knicks Celtics is supposed to have energy to it like this. It's supposed to matter. There's
Well,
supposed to be bravado about it. I'm
And
for
this-
it.
And this is what everybody wants, too.
And I hope the fans, when Brown's sitting on the bench, I hope the fans give him hell. Are you ducking us tonight, Jalen? Want to take a night off?
they should.
Like it should. That's the
should.
fun, though. That's what it has to be about.
Yeah, and particularly you haven't been getting it from the Red Sox and Yankees in a real way. And these teams are, this is an actual Boston-New York rivalry that can be meaningful. I mean,
yeah, the wild card last year was semi-interesting.
And then
the Schlittler thing was interesting because of where he's from. And
Right.
It's always going to be a
Kinda.
thing, right? Yankees, Red Sox is always going to be a thing.
Right.
Is there two cities that hate each other more than New York and Boston? I guess New York and Philly. I guess that would be in the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, on the
I
football
still would
side.
put Boston ahead of it.
L.A. and San Francisco in
Yeah.
baseball and football stuff
Yeah,
is pretty.
St. Louis, Chicago.
St. Louis, Chicago is pretty
Baseball.
intense.
I don't.
And
is
hockey.
it really a thing in football?
What?
So like Rams, Niners?
Not
I
Rams,
guess.
No.
Raiders. It's Raiders.
It
Niners.
used to be Raiders. Yeah, but Raiders.
and
yeah,
it's
but that's-
and it's just Dodgers Giants is
Yeah,
super.
Dodgers,
Dodgers,
Giants is real.
That's
is
just
the thing.
repulsive. I
You know,
mean,
but
these
you
people
look at
despise
Boston,
each other.
right? You look at all the sports. You've got certainly Knicks, Celtics is a thing.
Yeah,
Jets, Patriots is a thing.
it's a thing.
All right. Giants, Patriots a thing just because the Giants beat Brady twice. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Patriot fans can't stand the side of the Giants. I love the Patriots because they beat Brady twice. But still, that from a football perspective, the Giants and the Jets have had a major say on the history of the New England Patriots. Rangers, Bruins hasn't been a thing forever.
Forever.
They're both original six teams, but they have not competed.
It's been a long time.
When was the last time they faced each other in the postseason?
In the playoffs?
In the play, it's
No,
not
Don,
72,
you're
is
72. Yes. Yeah.
That's
Unless I don't remember them going
If it
through
was a
them in
day.
79, right? They didn't go through them in 79, did they?
I don't think
Because
so.
I can't think of another year where they would have played each other without looking it up. Even the Islanders, I think the last time they
No,
played
you know when
them
they
was
played?
like 80,
They played
81.
in 13. They played
They
in
did?
13 in the second round. They did.
They did?
In 2013, yeah, because Yager was a Bruin. I remember covering that.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
it was during that series, believe it or not,
So memorable.
that we moved to the West End, and it was a quick series. It was like 5 games,
Yeah.
and that was the year the Bruins went to the Stanley Cup final against the Blackhawks, which was a cool thing. But no, so they did, but they're just it's not a thing.
Jeez.
It used to be a thing, but it's not a thing anymore.
That did not stand out at all. That's
But
I mean, Philly and New York isn't nothing either. Phillies, Mets, Sixers, Knicks.
yeah. Oh yeah. And that could be a first round matchup, by the way.
Eagles,
Sixers, Knicks.
Eagles, Giants, obviously.
Giants.
Yeah,
Flyers,
clearly.
Rangers.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That
That's a thing.
That's
Philly,
nasty.
Philly would be the only one that I would
Philly's the closest.
include in that.
Yeah.
You mean in terms of competing with Boston, New York?
Yeah.
No, I think we're being regionally biased here. I think if we were to if this was a national show,
I don't know.
other people would weigh in and say that their hatred for X city that we're not thinking about.
But I don't know,
is-
but just because
But
New
all
York's
sports,
got,
though.
it's all sports. I mean, listen, I think the Dodger-Giant rivalry is huge. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if any other rivalry in any other sport exists. L.A., San Francisco. All right?
Right.
Chicago, St. Louis. Cubs, Cardinals is a big thing.
Yeah.
But Bears,
But
Rams,
Blues,
isn't.
Blackhawks isn't, there's no football team. There's no
The
basketball
Blues,
team in
Blackhawks
St.
isn't
Louis.
anymore. Yeah. Yeah.
Dallas. Who would Dallas feel?
No, they wouldn't be on football.
No.
No,
Mavericks don't have big rivals
No.
in that way.
No. No, those are always generational rivalries. They're not like city rivalries.
It's a good point. When you get into different sports,
Yeah.
there aren't that many places where it continues.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so again, that's what
I
makes.
might argue Philly's it might be right up there with Boston.
And you know what? Again, imagine a run for the Knicks where the first round's the Sixers and the second round's the Celtics. I mean, talk about old school. Like, how great would that be? Like that's
And then a conference final against the Pistons.
yeah, that's really old school.
And then
But
and then the NBA Finals against the Thunder. That's where it would die.
Oh,
No,
you
I
wouldn't
mean,
care.
not die,
on the ground,
murder.
Yeah, murder.
Yeah, it's
But
the-
it's the finals, so you wouldn't care.
The fun
right?
is over.
yeah.
You would,
no.
you would have to get the Lakers.
But I'll tell you what.
If you
how
got
about-
the Lakers, think
if-
about that.
well,
if you
yeah.
got Sixers, Celtics, Pistons-Lakers,
Conversation,
it would
that's
be the greatest run in the history of New York sports. Honestly.
Well, I was going to say, if the Knicks have a run that gets them to the finals, and along the way they take out Philly and Boston, like, even if you lose in the finals, doesn't that almost feel like still it's like getting to the finals is house money because of what you did to these two nearby cities that now have to hear about it.
Well, you would truly feel like you're the Eastern champion, right?
Yeah,
now,
true. All right.
Now, obviously, I think the Heat are more of a rival than the Pistons. But you said old school.
No, but
and even though the Heat and the Knicks are a huge rivalry, that's more new school than old school.
And it's also, though, that's gone by the wayside, the Heat thing, because the Knicks go down there and the building's all Knicks fans. Detroit is becoming like that. It's coming back because they're a good team, they're physical and nasty, and then their fans are feeling away because of what happened last year. You took 3 games in their building in the playoffs. They didn't get to see they haven't seen a home playoff win. What is it, since 2010? Like, think about that. They haven't seen a home playoff win because the 3 games that you played against them in the first round last year, the Knicks won all 3.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it'll be insane. But I'm just saying that I don't think you want to downplay the importance of tonight just because Brown is not in the game. I think the importance of tonight is just to build off of finishing strong for the season so you feel good about what you look like. But I also think there's something just about, let them know. Let them know. You better have all your players available. You better have Tatum.
If that's what you're angling, Alan, then don't lose.
Don't
lose, and then not you, but like Knicks fans come on and say, well, the game didn't matter anyway. Brown wasn't playing.
I think this game matters. It should matter for the Knicks.
It matters. You should win.
I actually think this. You win this game tonight, the rest of the last 2 games mean nothing, my opinion.
That's a take. All right.
Win this game, 52 wins. It almost locks up third. And then because if Cleveland loses tomorrow, you get third. So then tomorrow night's game against the Raptors could be a first-round opponent. And, of course, Sunday against the Hornets, meaningless, means nothing. That's how I feel. I feel tonight is should be the last most important game. If you win it, it is. If you lose it, of course, it's not.
All right, well, we will continue to do Knicks throughout the day and talk to Knicks fans, 1-800-919-3776, as we get you ready for the Knicks and the Celtics. Of course, we will do some Mets. Yankees playing right now. Don obviously locked into an impressive start from Rory McIlroy at the Masters. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Hey fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, April 17th when the Yankees host the Royals and be ready to receive a Yankees promotional giveaway that has become a fan favorite. It's Yankees Hockey Jersey Night, presented by StubHub. The first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Yankees hockey jersey. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, don't miss the Yankees and Royals for Yankees Hockey Jersey Night, presented by StubHub on Friday, April 17th. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver, and we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York, and can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Tell us why fans should be excited for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
The racing is just so exhilarating coming in and watching it from the shoreline of Governor's Island and in front of the Statue of Liberty, racing in one of the biggest, most amazing cities in the world. I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it. And these boats are the fastest boats in the world, racing with the best sailors in the world. It's really cool, and it's going to be so electric in New York. And it's our home event this year, so we're pumped.
We are pumped as well, Taylor. We appreciate your time. He is U.S. Sail GP team driver Taylor Canfield. We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Yanks game well underway over in the Bronx. They waited till first pitch to set up the roadwork at the inbound George. Upper deck right lane out for repairs. That'll run you about 10 to 15 minutes. Deegan northbound already bumper to bumper heading over to the outbound George. Some solid slowdowns approaching the Cross Bronx from Yankee Stadium. Outbound Lincoln about a 5 to 10 minute ride. Outbound Helena run you 15 to 20. Not moving much on the Grand Central eastbound in Queens. Looks like a crash over by the Clearview. Traffic is jammed there and backed up to St. John's. Much lighter than normal on the belt westbound. Just a little bit busy heading over to the Verrazano in Brooklyn. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? While the PCA can help, it's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
You've said it before. This will only take a second. Just a quick glance. A fast reply. But on the road, seconds don't wait for you. They decide everything. Who stops, who doesn't, who makes it home. So next time your phone lights up, ask yourself, is this distraction worth a ticket or even a life? Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
As America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive has your back.
Oh, like roadside assistance.
Oh yeah, Progressive offers that.
Great. Do you have plans Saturday? My cousin canceled and I'd love to have someone to ride with.
Actually, we just do insurance, not riding buddies.
Cool, let's meet at noon. Actually, scratch that. 10 a.m., you and me, breakfast at a diner.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
Okay, so if you beat me there, get me the Lumberjack Special. We can share.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roadside assistance may require comprehensive coverage.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you're dead wrong. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York. On this Thursday, I'm going to give you your big Mets lineup, Don, because I know you've been waiting for it.
Yes.
So I'm going to give that shortly. Coming up, I want to tease that. The amazing starting lineup for your New York Mets. Actually, you know what? I'll give it to you right now. You've been a good boy, Don. It's brought to you by our dearest of friends at Ramsey Mazda. My guy, Francisco Lindor. He's leading off, playing short. Bo Bichette batting second. Lou Bob, Louis Robert Jr. is batting third. Vientos fourth. Semien fifth. Alvarez DHing at 6. Brett Beatty 7. Torrens 8. Taylor, the left fielder, 9. And the kid, McClain on the hill, your starting pitcher for the New York Mets. That is your amazing starting lineup, brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Currently, the Yankees doing everything they can do to just survive against the impenetrable Oakland A's over the last couple of days. They're currently down 1-0. Bat's not exactly on fire for your Yankees there, Alan.
Well, they have one hit.
They were no hit through 5. Weathers, though, is at 99 pitches in the top of the 8th, which is telling you we've used the bullpen enough. You're going to take us as far as our pitch limit will let you. But at 99 pitches in April, in this economy, like they're letting him work, and he's going to get out of the inning. So we'll go into the bottom of the 8th now with a 1-0 deficit for the Yankees.
That's baseball, Susan, right? Like,
yeah.
The Yankees look untouchable. Everything's going great. And then you just...
No, then the A's come to town.
But no, honestly, like they didn't get a bad start from Warren. He was fine. Like, you should be able to win a game when your starter only gives up 2 runs. You know? Like, you should win that game with this offense. And then today, he's only given up 1 run.
No,
like,
but they've
you
got
can't
one
get...
hit. They're getting shut out. I
Right.
still think they're going to be heard from before it's over. Biggest concern for them, and we'll get to the Yankees once the game is over,
Yeah.
but, you know, the overuse of Bednar the last couple of days, and I'm assuming he's going to be unavailable today if they do end up having a save situation.
Imagine that.
But
yeah.
Kind of odd that he's been used the way that he's been used down the stretch, and he didn't look great yesterday.
No, but it was more of the there was some interesting decisions yesterday, and this is clearly early in the season. And I don't know if you've noticed this, and like I said, we'll do this later, but just keep this in mind, something to talk about. Boone working more gut than analytics early in the season. I'll explain what I'm seeing.
Boone working more gut than analytics. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by this tease.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. Different approach, it seems. We'll see.
I'm intrigued by the Celtics and Knicks tonight as well. Alan, what is your situation? Where can people see you on the television tonight?
Yeah, we're side by side. Obviously, it's a prime game, but we're doing it on MSG, so I'll be full pregame and the sideline during the game and postgame.
How about your nuts? Can I get some?
Interesting.
They play hard. They play good.
Listen.
I'll try not to make that some of my analysis
If
today.
you're wondering if it's worth the money, to have cable, to make sure you have MSG, this is the kind of crack analysis you may get to.
Well,
they play hard. They play good.
I'm not going to tell you who our former program director was talking about.
Huh.
But there was somebody that we all know that worked kind of adjacently worked at the radio station.
Okay.
Who Ryan Hurley used to call unfrozen caveman producer.
Who was unfrozen caveman producer?
Wow. That's kind of when Alan speaks that way. He's like unfrozen caveman sideline reporter.
They play hard. They play good. They make threes. They win game.
Let's go to our unfrozen caveman sideline reporter, Alan Hahn. Alan,
who has
the vibe
more
down there near the bench?
They play hard. They play good.
I'm just a caveman, and I'm confused by your modern game of basketball.
I didn't know rocks bounce like that.
What a absolute Cro-Magnon response I had there. That really was special.
It's out of context. That's and what about that? Give me that. You can also get analysis like this.
It's a good take.
Yeah. So many different things.
Like Wally will go on for 90 seconds about explaining the importance of the game, and I'll just say that. And you never had to say.
That's right. That's right.
You don't get Southern Allen on the MSG.
No.
It never comes out.
No, it's very
only when I get comfortable with you.
If he was that bad.
Yeah, no, listen, it's very
You
different.
might have done it but you don't have people there just ready to pounce every time something odd happens.
Oh, you say that. You don't see my text during the game.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's no drops on the MSG postgame.
What I really want to hear one day is I want to see Alan show us something, Don, and when he's calling a game,
we don't know each other that
when
well.
he's calling a game with Mike Breen, I want Mike Breen to say something and Alan to respond like this.
Cap. True story though. If you ever say "dude,"
I'm out.
To Mike Breen, he
Yeah.
hates that.
Well, in what context would you say dude?
Like if you just go
dude.
like dude. Like if you do it like that, when you're just talking, dude. What are you doing? Like he's looking, he's a dude. Did you say dude?
Can I tell you what though?
Hates that.
Isn't that the differentiator of that's like a generational differentiator? Although interestingly, Kay's a pretty big dude guy.
It is interesting. You're right.
I don't hang out at the club.
Don, I'm right? Kay says dude a lot.
Yeah, they're close friends.
He says it like sarcastically a little bit. He doesn't.
By the
like,
way, this is concerning, disappointing news out of Philadelphia.
First thing I say is, dude.
You were hefty.
Okay.
No, this is serious.
This is serious now.
Okay.
Because the Sixers had been a team that like really looked like they were bringing it together and could be a problem for somebody in the first round. The Sixers just announced Joel Embiid has been diagnosed with appendicitis. He will undergo surgery.
But that could be back by
appendicitis
for the playoffs.
For the
No, that
play-
could he.
Yeah. You can have appendicitis.
Yes.
He's going to have surgery.
Yes.
That generally means they're going to take it out.
I did that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was back at work in 2 days.
Well, all right.
Now,
so
granted,
you and
my
Joel
job's-
Embiid, very similar in what you do for a living.
I mean, by the way, in our effort level, I would say yes, probably. But
wait,
no,
like,
he'll be fine.
You think he'll be fine?
Don, am I missing this? Unless it exploded, God forbid. Assuming he had stomach pain and they said, "Oh God, you have appendicitis, it's inflamed. We take it out now."
Yeah,
he'll be back for the playoffs.
So what I understand is, if he had the surgery today, when would Game 1 for the Sixers
Well,
be?
they're in the play-in right now.
Oh well, but we still have a week.
They'd have to play Tuesday.
Tuesday.
All right,
Yeah.
so
He should be fine by Tuesday.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know about that.
Don, you don't think he'll be fine for Tuesday?
Play in an
you'd
actual
have
game?
Suture, they're opening you up, so now it's not really
such a small incision, though.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really.
It's
that
in
big
your
of a
belly.
deal.
It's like you have a little scar above your belly button. Now, listen. Obviously, I'm not a professional athlete. They didn't have to tell me like, "Hey, be careful." They'd probably tell you, "Don't go do sit-ups right now. Don't go working on your stomach muscles."
Well, the good news is he's
But-
not a real conditioning guy anyway. So
that's exactly right. But that's what I'm saying. For him to just play,
really,
I would think I could be way out of school here. But unless
I
something
thought
went
this
wrong,
is like
he'd be
a
fine.
couple of weeks. I thought this is for an athlete to come back. I didn't think it was going to be that easy.
I'm going to ask. You know who I'm going to ask? AI.
It always knows.
Because I'm going off my experience, and my experience says you're fine in no time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I asked when could you work out? Moderate exercise 1 to 2 weeks, and full heavy training 4 to 6 weeks. But that's for average people.
Well, and training is a little different than playing basketball.
He's going to be playing in a playoff game. You think people are going to be like, "Hey, watch the abdomen. Don't hit him there." No. First thing I'm doing is hitting him there. I'm sorry. It's playoffs, man.
No, it says actually here it says there's two things. Well, first of all, there's a couple things. Assuming they were able to do the laparoscopic, easier, smaller, less invasive, which is the most common now. Assuming they were able to do that, yeah, he could be back to competitive play. It says in 2 to 4 weeks.
Well, there you go.
Now, and that's if they got the laparoscopic. If they couldn't and they had to do the real open them up surgery, it's even longer.
He had an appendectomy, is what he had. That's according to my good friend Tim Bontemps.
Man, I don't know. That's very interesting. Because this is everything I'm reading, Don, it's all like kind of about like workout regimen. And this isn't like lifting weights. We're not talking about that.
I mean,
but,
they'll obviously give us a timetable for it, but
yeah, they said they'll give an update at a later time. So I think they probably got to see how all this happens.
So the play-in, you think they can make it out without him?
Actually, yeah, it says further updates will be provided as appropriate.
As appropriate.
Could they win a play-in?
Well, they just got to beat Orlando. They just got to beat Orlando once, and they're in. Correct?
Yeah, for the 7th. They play Boston, but they have their backcourt is really good with Maxey and Edgecombe.
I believe Richard said the most talented in the history of the league.
Well, that's a lot.
What, Peter?
Yeah,
that's a lot. You did have Thomas and Dumars. You did have Curry and Clay.
No, I think he said the best active. Didn't he say the most talented active backcourt? I believe he said.
Oh, active, current?
Yeah, I think he did. I think that's what Richard said.
Have to
Richard in Manhattan.
Hi, Richard.
But anyway, it's really interesting. Like,
either of you had it? Neither of you guys had the old appendix out?
No. Knock on wood.
Just it was a bizarre day where I really just thought I had like to go to the bathroom and it wasn't happening, And the worst part of it was I was complaining to my ex-wife. She's like downplaying it and was like, I'm sure you're fine. You're fine. I'm like, I don't know. I went to the doctor. I told him everything that was going on. This is a perfect time. I know you don't have it on hand. I'll give you time. This would be the perfect time to play my urgent care doctor as a quack. Because I went to the urgent care, Don, and talked to them, explained everything. It never crossed their mind. And then I left and had now taken all kinds of medicine to try to speed up what I believed was a problem of me being slowed down, if you will.
Okay.
And then they called back and were like, hey, we just got back your blood work. You definitely have an appendix issue. You need to go to another doctor right now.
And they tell you have to.
And then so
you got to go right away.
So I left. But then the problem was, guys, once they knew I needed my appendix out, I'd already taken all the constipation medicine.
Eesh.
So that meant that every 5 minutes up until surgery, I was, it wasn't great.
Well,
so
I just want to go back to
pooped out your appendix.
It could have happened, Don.
It could have happened. But think about a guy of Embiid's talent, and he was an MVP, and ever since that MVP year, what's he been? But just one injury, one bad luck after. You talk about a player who was so talented yet never had any bad things just continually happen to him physically. His knees is shot now, right? Then he comes back this year and he starts to play well. And when he was playing well and that, they look like a scary team. There were a lot of people that were wondering if they could be one of the Dragon Slayers because you have Paul George, who's healthy and playing well. They have that backcourt. You have Nick Nurse. This is a team that you'd not have fun playing with in the first round. And then this happens.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, damn. If you're a Sixers fan, can you catch a break?
Well, trust the process. That's what you get.
Well, and here we are. So we shall see whether or not Embiid is able to go. 1-800-919-3776. Knicks fans, what level of excitement do you have for tonight's game? How important a battle do you consider this to be for the Knicks? We'll also get into the Mets and the Yankees as well. It is that guy Thursday coming up at 4:30. Ian and at 6. We're off the air at 6:30 today. Don is in Jersey. Alan's at MSG. I'm here in the studio. It's Don Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, we're cracking open spring with our $55,000 Explosion drawing. Earn entries all month long, then be here Thursday, April 30th from 4 to 6 p.m. when 2 winners will be drawn every hour to win cash prizes ranging from $2,500 to $10,000. At 7 p.m., 1 winner will be drawn to hatch the grand prize of $20,000 at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now, or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
It's deck days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked. Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
You've said it before. This will only take a second. Just a quick glance. A fast reply. But on the road, seconds don't wait for you. They decide everything. Who stops, who doesn't, who makes it home. So next time your phone lights up, ask yourself, is this distraction worth a ticket or even a life? Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg Thursday, April 23rd for a special couch cast of round one of the NFL Draft. Presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants have 3 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. From the big decisions to the big-time drama. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and your home for football talk. ESPN New York.
Discover where your future can take you at SUNY Canton Spring Open House on Saturday, April 25th. Explore exciting new programs like data science and analytics and cybersecurity, designed to prepare you for today's most in-demand careers. Tour campus, meet faculty, connect with current students, and sit down with financial aid representatives. Plus, attendees can enter for a chance to win a scholarship. For registration details and information about courtesy bus trips from New York, email admissions@canton.edu. SUNY Canton, your future starts here.
Okay.
Little Jackson Brown. Is it his birthday
Where
today?
are you guys with Jackson Brown? Just quickly.
I'm nowhere.
Nowhere? Yeah, you don't feel it?
No, not that. No, I don't mind hearing the songs I've heard from Jackson Brown. I don't have any formulated opinions.
Okay.
No, I think he's fantastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he's great. I'm not it's not like I got every album and play it on repeat, but when his classics come on, I'm good.
What's you're gonna make fun? Well, you won't, but you'll judge. What's his biggest record?
Well, there's a couple of them.
Well, it's Running on Empty. So is that
That's
the
the
name
best.
of the album?
Yeah.
But I don't know if you ever heard the Loadout Stay. That's my favorite.
I love that. Yes.
Where he's like singing about
he praises the roadies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a slow song and then it turns into Stay. It's like 2 songs.
Yeah.
So if you
Really
have it
good.
like on Spotify or like when I had it on my iPod, it would always like skip because it would acknowledge there were 2 different songs. But usually when it was played on the radio, it would be those 2.
Yeah,
that's my favorite Jackson Brown.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
But
There's
he
several.
wrote with the Eagles. He
Yeah.
wrote.
He's super talented.
Tons.
On the Embiid thing, just to put a bow on it, what we don't know, of course, if the appendix burst, right?
Well, that would make it different for sure.
Yeah, because again, I'll give our guy Hinky Haynes on Twitter credit, but OG Anunoby missed the NBA Finals with the Raptors that year because right before the end of the season, almost similar timing, his burst, and he had to have emergency surgery, and the complications from it bursting caused him to miss. He couldn't play in the playoffs, and so that's what we don't know because they were very vague in what they said. The Sixers. That they would give more information when it's appropriate, meaning they don't really know the whole situation yet.
Or is it just, hey, let's have the surgery, make sure that everything goes okay, and then they can give a timetable rather than there's an infection. Anytime you have surgery,
well, you got to make sure the surgery is a success.
Surgery,
is
there's always the possibility of something going wrong or finding something. So that they're probably just waiting for the surgery to be done.
It's just crazy how, this guy has been, everything happens to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even appendicitis right before a playing game.
It's unreal. He's just, everything happens to this guy. And if you're the Sixers and you've invested in the process for, 13 years now?
Yeah.
It ain't processing, man.
The process ain't processing. Speaking of which, let's go to Ed, the limo driver. What's up, Ed?
Hey, Ed.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Listen, I live up here in PA. I'm a Knicks fan anyway. But listen, the organization is tired of it. Everybody in Philadelphia is tired of it. In Pennsylvania, Maxey's tired of it. You know what? It's one thing out of another. The 76ers should have been probably won a championship. This guy cannot stay on the court.
Yep.
And then they signed him. They signed him to a big deal.
Right.
The guy needs a falling apart. Mm-hmm. You need to trade him for Giannis then.
Oh my God! You think the Knicks don't have anything to trade for him?
That's what I'm saying. I know, but I'm just telling you guys. I know it's appendix. I understand it, but why does it always happen to him? Everything happens to him, and it always happens around before the playoffs.
It's you're 100% right. It's like if you're a Sixer fan, this has got to drive you. They actually over the last month, they've looked good. I've been watching them, and now they're a fully functioning team, and they've got all their players healthy. And there are nights where you watch them, you go, they're going to take somebody out, or at least push them to 7 games. That they've got talent, they're good. They have a good coach, and then this happened, and he was a big part of it. Embiid is such a big part of it because of obviously, he's just got so much skill. And he's so difficult to guard. But you take him out of the equation, now they're a small team.
Yeah, no, it's one of those arguments we had many times on the show, Don, about, I used to have this fight with Gunling about Carson Wentz.
Right.
Where the line is of yeah, sure, your appendix has nothing to do with being quote-unquote injury prone. But here we are, it's the end of the year.
Well, that's the problem.
In a season in which you could maybe surprise some people, and you're not going to be able to play.
You and Anthony Andrew had the argument of semantics because he looked at injury prone as somebody that's prone to injury. He's weak.
It's not fair.
He can't take a hit. That's why he gets hurt all the time.
I try every day.
Where you were talking about prone to injury means it blank happens to you, man.
You're Nordberg.
And I think both could be true. Listen, if you've got a chronic knee or you can't take every time you get hit, you get a concussion, Philip Hedl in Vancouver, that's injury prone. But there's also a guy that just, for whatever reason, always just has the bad luck of health.
If it can happen, it'll happen to him.
It was horrifying.
That's the feeling you get. And by the way, I had to look it up because I am interested in this too. Because remember, the Sixers recently gave him a contract extension. And that was one that they weren't sure they really wanted to do. And guys, starting next year, his cap hit goes from $57.9 million,
which is a lot,
to then $62.6 million, and then he has a player option in 28-29 when he's 34 years old. Who knows if he's still even walking by then? $67 million. You think he's picking that option up?
Of course he is.
My God.
And speaking of Andrew, you have to imagine he's sickened by this news.
It's not fair.
No.
Another year, another Sixer drama.
I will
God
fight
hates
you
me.
after this show.
Yeah, sure.
And he deserves better.
Not
Although I
good.
don't care for any of his teams, but I care for him.
Look, I'll get behind anything.
I'm gonna give him a call. See how he's dealing with all
No,
of
because
that.
I've had it. You ruin everything.
Or
But that's
just
big
tell the
news.
story.
Big news in the East. Big news. Again, of
Well-
one potential team that could really give you a hard time if they end up matching up with you. That now could be, depending again on how long he's out, could change everything.
Well, let me ask you this: you felt convinced that one of the top four, was going to get bounced early. Was that because you thought the Sixers would be a problem, or if the Sixers aren't a problem, is there still somebody else at the bottom of the conference that can be a problem?
Yeah, I still think, like, I believe the Sixers were one of those teams that I was watching saying, like, I wouldn't mess around with this team. I still think, though, like, Atlanta is a dangerous team. And they're going to be, they'll be in the bottom because it's the top four, so they'll be a 5 seed. Now, it's a high seed, but still, Atlanta's a problem. I thought the Sixers would be a problem. And I don't think the Hornets are got enough to take anyone out, but they might take a piece of you along the way.
Yeah, they could affect what happens later on in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they might make you play an extra game that you don't want to play in a first-round series. Like, it could be something like that. So, like, those are the teams I had my eye on. There's one that's off the list now. So,
Yankees down to their last out.
Oh, that's
good Lord.
It's not.
Ben Rice is up 2 outs, nobody on. Yankees down 1-0.
So listen, we want to play some Mets sound from you after yesterday's horrible Mets outing, but now
2 for 15 with
I'd like to dive into this.
Yeah, but now we're going to have the Yankees ending here. So on the other side, we got to break down, assuming nothing changes here, and the Yankees lose 1-0 and just have an absolutely miserable offensive performance. We got to get to that. So a lot to do in the 4 o'clock hour. 4:30, That Guy Thursday. ENN at 6. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, guys, with Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with live games, daily sports coverage, and expert analysis. And now the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you access to additional ESPN content in the ESPN app, including more must-see action like WWE Premium Live events, on-demand programming, and originals to explore. Visit Xfinity.com, Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access. Then start watching in the ESPN app. More from ESPN, all in one place.
Hey, it's Michael Kay, and I love when I get to talk about my friends at PC Richard & Son. It's a local company, family-owned, and I trust them, and you should too. Right now, get up to 35% off appliances, and with our tax season savings, get an extra 5% off appliance purchases totaling $5.99 or more. And in-home delivery is free. Great savings, great service. It's what they do. Get tax season savings at PC Richard & Son today. Free delivery excludes Manhattan. Some exclusions apply. See stores for details.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles. Rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils protect their home ice, Viking Pest Control protects your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. As the pest control provider and proud partner in the New Jersey Devils, Viking brings 45 years of trusted experience and expert service to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, and even mosquitoes out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. And when you bundle pest control and mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
Empower.
Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up, my friends? This is Francisco Lindor.
This is Devin Williams. This is Luke Weaver.
Bo Bichette here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Well, no runs, one hit, dreadful outing again for the Yankees, who all of a sudden have come crashing back down to earth. It is Hahn Rosenberg, just about 4:02 on ESPN New York, and
in the big city,
live in the big city, and live on the ESPN New York app or on the ESPN YouTube channel, wherever you choose to consume us. But guys, for a team that was obviously just flying high and had everyone starting to dream of what October could bring. Listen, obviously none of that changes with a couple of bad games against the A's, but Don, this was the miserable side of the Yankees that fans just get nauseous and sick of seeing. It seems like year after year.
I think for the first time, you can not be worried about the Yankees, but that you're disappointed because they lost the series. You know, they're 8-2, won every series that they had, and now the lowly A's come in. You know, a 2-win team or a 3-win team. What were they, 3-6 or whatever they were coming in, and they took 2 out of 3. And the Yankees just could not hit. And listen, you know Judge, he's hitting .222. He's going to be fine. Bellinger's going to be fine. He's batting .238. But you've got the bottom of this order, Alan, that I don't know if these guys are going to hit. Like, I don't know if Caballero, he's not going to hit 135, but I would not consider him to be a great hitter.
Mm-hmm.
McMahon's proven to you he's there for his glove, not his bat. He's batting .069.
Right.
After his 0 for 3 today. So you've got a bottom of the order today of Caballero, who's a 135 hitter, McMahon, who's an .069 hitter, Wells went 0 for 3. He's batting 167. So the days of the circular lineup where everybody can beat you,
I mean,
you've got some holes.
When have they had that? They've never had that. They haven't had that in years.
Right, but
it's
not to this, not where you've got guys that aren't even on the interstate. Because what 069?
Yeah, no. The bottom's been an issue, and it hurts when if your top guys are going through something, which every year guys go through stuff. Like, no one's hot. That's the problem. You always have one guy that's got it cooking, right? There's always one guy. They don't have that. And when the top guys start to struggle a little bit, you'd need somebody, at the bottom of the order to give you a couple of games. And that you got that from Rosario 2 games ago, right? You put him in the lineup, instant, right? 2 home runs, game-winning home run. You got it right away.
Right.
The last two games, nobody has done anything. The thing you could, again, you want to at least feel good about something, because early in the season you try to find the positives along with the concerns, is that you're still getting good starting pitching. Weathers had a really good start. I mean, 101 pitches, when it gave you 8 innings, and all he did was give up 1 run. And they gave up the 1 run because, honestly, if you watch it, Bellinger misplays a deep fly ball turned into a triple. Like, when do you ever see Bellinger misplay a fly ball to the track?
Not very often.
But he did. And so that leads to a run that you don't normally see that happen. Bellinger had some at-bats yesterday. I didn't get to see a lot of today's game. Obviously, we're on the show. But yesterday's game, he had some at-bats, man. Especially in the first inning. That at-bat he had in the first inning, they could have blown the game open. Brutal at-bat. So he's going to be right at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at good starting pitching. Warren wasn't terrible yesterday.
No.
Bullpen's held up for the most part. It's just the bats, you can't afford to go through games like this. And I hate to say it, but in games like this, in moments like this, you can't have Judge grounding out with a runner on late in the game when you're down 1 and no one's got it going. That's your best player. He's the best player in the league. He's the best player or one of them in the game. This is what, those are moments. You got to come through, man. You got to come through somehow, some way.
8th inning in a game which you haven't gotten anything going.
You got
just one of those spots.
You got to give me something. You find a way. The greats, you think, find a way. I know it's April and no one's getting hysterical, but those are just the little tiny little reminders of, come on, man. Give me more than a ground out. You got to do better than that.
Right? I mean, it's a 3-game series against the Vegas A's, and he was, 1 for 9. 2 walks, runs scored, couple of strikeouts. So he was pretty much a non-entity. But the starting pitching is going to be good. You know that.
Well,
and I think the
that's
bullpen, for the most part, is going to be good. Even Bednar got in trouble last night, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. All he did was give up the sacrifice fly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 2-2 became 3-2.
That's the run, right.
But the Yankees are supposed to bludgeon teams like the A's.
Right.
I mean, the guy that got the close, the save last night, hadn't had a save since 22.
Did you, by the way, I don't know who he is. It was only his 2nd save of the season. But did you see it when the game ended? Normally, closers are a little bit of passionate energy. He walked off the mound like he was just relieved that it was over. The look on his face
right.
was not a look of joy and excitement. It was more of oh, I got through that. As if he's got to go now run a DoorDash delivery. He did not look like a guy that is, A, an athlete, B, somebody that's got that closer mentality of I just shut down. Severino struck out. Was it Judge he struck out? Severino got a strikeout yesterday, and you could hear him scream like he was fired up because he had gotten through the bad first inning, and then his fastball was really good in the next couple of innings, and he got on a really comfortable rhythm, and the Yankees couldn't figure it out. And there were a couple of times he showed great emotion, it meant something to him. But the closer, my God, he just was all right, that's over with. Let's get out of here.
Now, I don't know if you heard, I was listening to Dave and Susan driving home last night, that they will be in Vegas on opening day 2028, the A's. So they're going to have to play in Sacramento this year and next year.
Wait. How are they going to be there? They don't have a building.
Well, it'll be done.
You think so?
Well, they believe they will be ready. The building will be ready. It's going to have a roof, but it's going to be clear, see-through roof. But the thing that blew me away, guess what the capacity is?
Is it 40-something?
No.
What? No, the way you said that.
Wait, you mean less?
Less.
10,000.
Well,
6 and 1.
They might as well stay where they are.
25,000.
No, 33. 33,000. Imagine building a brand new baseball stadium. Now, I've seen them 40,000, maybe 38, 39, 33. And you know what? I like it. Because you've got a better than average chance of being sold out every night. And there should be an energy in that building. You got to have a dome, right? Because the heat can get into triple digits real easy. But they expect to be ready for the start of the 28 season. So they'll be in Sacramento for 2 more years.
So he's got the money for this now? Because that was the whole story out there. I remember talking to somebody about this a little while, a year ago maybe. And they said that because that's right. When they did the groundbreaking ceremony,
right,
it was all a show. And somebody out there told me, "Don't buy into this. The guy doesn't have the money. He's still trying to find money."
Remember, we had a caller, if you remember, that was the day we talked about that. It was it's all bogus. He doesn't have any money. But I was hearing the same thing. But apparently, over the last few months, they got the funding and they should have it ready for the start of 28.
Oh, they don't. Huh. This is $2 billion, right?
Yeah.
They've got $380 million in public financing.
Okay.
They've got another $300 million loan. That's all I see. That's not. I'm not good at math. That's not nearly enough.
It's going to be on the site of the old Tropicana.
Yeah, on the Trop.
Which is so interesting.
I know.
But you know what? I'll just say this on that note before we go back to the Yankees. I don't hate 33,000 as a number.
I don't hate it either.
That's what Tampa should have done.
But
That's what some of these markets should do.
What you're doing is you're creating a demand, right? Like everybody wants these obnoxiously big buildings, and because like when the Yankees opened up the new Yankee Stadium, it still held over 50,000. When everybody was starting to build around the mid 40s, they still wanted to keep it in the mid 50s. And I remember talking to Michael about it. I'm like, why not make it smaller? Create a demand. Like you got a better than average chance of being sold out pretty much every night.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Yankees don't have to create a buzz, but Vegas certainly does, right? They don't know how good they're going to be. Although you look at their roster, not bad, and they want to be able to hit the ground running by the time they get to 28. But think about it, Peter. There could be a buzz every night, and certainly with the Golden Knights, we're able to create going there. Raiders have done a good job being there. That I think they can make it a destination. Because if people can't get tickets, all of a sudden they want tickets.
Yeah, I think that part's pretty cool. Significantly cooler than the performance of the Yankees the last couple of days. Yes, just throwing up a graphic. The Yankees have struck out 20 times in the last 17 innings. They are
we're used to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This feels like this like last week was sort of what it's felt like to be a Yankee fan in general over the last decade.
Yeah.
Where in general during the regular season you feel like they're this one thing, then you get to important games. In this case, it happens to not be important games. It happens to just be a series against the A's in April. But all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, do we not have offense? We don't know how to hit.
Well, you have basically like you have mostly mild satisfaction with bouts of frustration. And that's what we're in right now. We're in one of the bouts of frustration where it's just I'm curious about how Boone is managing the start of the season. Because yesterday was a great example of when he's forcing McMahon into the lineup when he didn't have to. And then putting him at short, which is fine. They'd used him at short. They knew they were going to have issues with Volpe, who's going to join them, I think, on this upcoming road trip. So he's getting closer, but he's not ready to play yet. But in the ninth inning, down a run, the bottom of the order was up. So that right away tells you, well, we know the bottom of the order sucks right now. So how about you get some of the – you had Wells on the bench. You had was Caballero on the bench? You had a couple of guys you could have gone to. And I know Caballero's not had a great start either. But you had options. I think Goldschmidt had a bat in his hand. There were guys you could have gone to in that situation. And Boone's like, no, I'm letting them do it. And then McMahon's the last out. It's a one-run game. The guy is a light-hitting to begin with. You probably needed a bomb there, right? He still stays with him for the final out. And it was you talk about a guy guessing. That was a tough at-bat for him visually. And then the game ends. And he, even after the game, was sort of like, this guy's a major league hitter. It's going to come around. You got to give him more time. And that feels, so you didn't go analytics there. He did talk about the whole lefty thing, but let's be honest. The numbers should have told you, get him the hell out of there and let someone else pinch hit, give you a chance. But he instead is keeping him in the lineup because he believes in him and he wants him to find his rhythm and find himself. This is April. This is managing with your gut, is it not? Is this him I'm managing the player instead of the game?
That's a good question. That is a very, very good question. Is that going with your gut, or is that the organization saying we've invested in McCann, we want him to be our third baseman, so we are going to always err on the side of giving him a chance to figure it out because we think we're a better baseball team with him being our third baseman. Now, he's a lefty, righty on the mound. He did hit 20 home runs last year, and I think 18 of his 20 came against right-handers. So he's hoping that McCann can run into one.
Yeah.
Tie the game, get it going.
Right.
So I don't think it's his going by his gut. I think it's the organization looking at it and saying, we've invested in McCann. We want him to figure this out.
Well, let's hear from Boone. Here's the first thing we have. We're going to play you a few things, but here's Boone during the postgame on the offensive struggles.
Yeah, I mean, look, we got shut down today. The previous games where we've struggled scoring, I feel like we're hitting the traffic. We're having quality at bats. Today was a day we got beat. We just didn't generate much. We didn't hit a lot of balls on the screws at all and didn't create much traffic. So we'll get this thing going. We got a few guys obviously struggling to get on track a little bit and hopefully get things going down inside.
Yeah, it's just so funny to me whenever I hear quotes from Boone using all the baseball language that did not exist until 2016. It's crazy. Don, we could play 35 press conferences in a row from 1995. None of them would have used any of those words to describe what's happening. No. And I love Boone, but and I'm not saying none of those words are useful, but a lot of it is fancy jargon for we're just not hitting. Screws and traffic and so many things. You have no offense.
Well,
no
what
one's
he's saying,
hitting the ball.
but even because normally he'll look. Well, we didn't get any runs, but we hit balls square. We did have people on base. We were really close. All that jargon that we hear all the time. But today was so bad he couldn't even go there.
He had to use different jargon.
The jargon was we got beat. Period. I mean, he had one hit. There was no flukes. There was no. They were just awful today, which is fine. I know it's only a couple of games. Oh, you lost the series. You're not going to win every series. But when everything is right, whether it's Volpe at short, whether it's Rosario at short, whether it's Caballero at short, whether it's McCann at third, these are guys that aren't, Volpe maybe, are guys that are going to be big-time hitters. And that's the bottom of your order. And, yeah, Judge is going to hit, Stan's going to hit, Bellinger's going to hit. We know that. But there are some holes that I'm not 100% sure that McCann is ever going to turn it around, where he's going to be like a legit offensive player.
No, I never believed that that's who he was. Like, they know what he is. He's a plus defender that's going to be the bottom of the order that,
but
they're probably hoping to get more out of him offensively. I just found it interesting.
But 20 home runs last year, see, that's what they fall in love with, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is a guy that can run into one.
Yeah.
And that's why he got the at-bat last night.
Yes, I guess so. I just found it curious. I was texting Anthony, and that's what I said. Right, Anthony? I said, I can't believe they're not pinch hitting for him because he clearly, although Boone's quick to tell you, well, he got on base the game before twice. He had a walk, he had a hit. Like
he's batting 069.
I know.
Hey, what are we?
But it's early in the year, and early in the year, are you thinking more, I'm going to manage the player and not manage the game here? I'm not going situations and all that stuff. I'm going with, we need to get him going. We need to give him – I can't pull him out in this situation. I need to believe in him so he starts believing in himself.
Listen, it's not – you'd rather have Vince McMahon right now. It's not good. The bottom of the order, Wells 167, Caballero 135, McMahon 069. That is not good. Here is Boone. What have you seen from Austin Wells recently?
A little better, actually. He's been one of those guys struggling a little bit. I thought, the last AB there, we had a couple runners on. I thought he put together a pretty good at bat and got some good swings off. So I feel like there's been some games where he's had some quality at bats, but obviously we got to get it more consistent and start getting some results because obviously he's a guy that drives the ball as well. But in some ways, I thought he had some okay at bats against Springs today.
Fun stat up on Yes just now too. They have given Weathers 0 runs in support in his starts.
Wow,
nothing.
4.50 ERA, 0 wins, 0 runs support.
Crazy, right?
Ben Rice, what's wrong with the offense the last couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, of course, results haven't been there for us the last couple of games, but I think we'll be all right. I mean, I think the quality of at bat is still there, so just got to keep rolling.
All right, well, if we're going to make things up like quality of at bat, we might as well talk about making you some money.
I love the quality at bat.
Oh,
that's great. Quality shots, quality at bat.
No, I love a quality shot that doesn't go in.
Right? There's a stat about, is that in hockey, right? It's a high scoring chance.
Yes, yeah.
Is that what it is, Dom? Right? Like something like you didn't score, but it's a quality scoring chance. Like it didn't go in. That's all.
Lafreniere was one of the most unlucky players in the league because his expected goals for was
expected. Right.
I'll tell you what, guys. In college, I had a much higher expected baskets made
Well,
no,
really
not only that,
ultimate
Peter, we see you leaving the bar alone again.
Yeah.
Not what you were expecting here tonight. No, it wasn't. Obviously I was hoping to go home with someone, but when you look at the quality chances, the level of woman I was talking to, where the conversations went, really laughs
Felt good about my chances.
Laughs per minute. Expected hit rate. We love what we did. Unfortunately, it's just gonna be me and my hand heading home now.
I know
we're doing the best we can do.
I looked it up. In Maryland, the analytics said that your expected take home from bars was 1.2 women.
Right.
You had 0 women.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was at 0. But the expected rate, more than 1.
Wow.
Right.
It's insane. Now, guys, here's where you could do well. It's at FanDuel, all right, where they're giving you a special mulligan bet back token this week in the golf. By the way, Rory already out to a hot start, so is Scotty Scheffler. That's all happening right now. So you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another try. Now, you've got protection to take that sleeper pick or make a bold prediction. Backing someone to win it all, go for it. Like someone for a top 5 finish, you could lock that in with confidence because if it doesn't hit, you've got that mulligan in your back pocket ready to go. That's FanDuel.com/local to claim your mulligan bet back token. 21 and over and physically present in New York, opt-in required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y 467-369. Now let's take a call or two. People not thrilled with the Yankees, and we'll talk to you guys all about it. 1-800-919-3776. Game just ending. 1-0 win for the A's. Yankees 1 hit. Weathers throws 100 pitches, gets absolutely 0 support. Let's go to Raul in Brooklyn. What's up, Raul?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I've called in before, but I don't want to pick on Don too much. But he said it 3 times, so I have to mention it.
Okay.
It's Ryan McMahon, not McCann.
Oh,
and it's funny.
sorry.
I just saw, I was just watching.
I know
Mad
it's
Men.
McMahon. I don't know why it slips out that way. I apologize.
It's all right. It's just funny that I was watching Mad Men, and I just finished the show yesterday with my wife. And McCann Erickson is like the big company at the end they all end up working for. So I just thought it was funny that
Well, they had remember they had what was his name, right?
That's right.
So that's why it sounds the same. So Don's probably stuck in the past.
He's harkening.
Stuck in the past.
He's harkening back to Brian McCann. But Raul, what do you got?
I was just going to say that I think long term, having McMahon play every day, even like when he's not producing, they're just trying to build his confidence up. I kind of get it. I mean, I know it's slim pickings right now at the bottom of the order, so they're just doing whatever they can. Like putting in Caballero wouldn't have been that much better, to be honest, with how he played in the first couple games.
Yeah, Caballero's not hitting either.
I agree.
But you wonder the stubbornness of Brian. Brian went out, got this guy, wants him to be the third baseman. Kind of has a Donaldson feel to it. Although Donaldson was an MVP and hit. But remember, it was like, A-plus defender.
Yep.
And he'd take an O for it. But did you see that barehanded play he made going down the third base line? Like, don't you think sometimes Brian gets stubborn? Like, I want this to work. I want McMahon to be my third baseman. Let's make this work.
Yeah, I want to look brilliant that I made this move. Yeah, I'm telling you, I that's why I was asking the question. I was being very naive with my question, I know, but that's why I ask it for the conversation, not because there's an answer or an obvious answer. But I do think there's something to that early in the season. We need to get him right because we need to prove that he could be the guy.
Let's talk to you guys about the Yankees. A lot of frustration, obviously, today. It is a That Guy Thursday.
That's right.
So we're going to do that next. And then we'll talk to you guys all about the Yankees. Maybe a lot of that guys. Maybe that guy is Ryan McMahon for you. Maybe that guy is Aaron Boone.
Or Brian McCann.
Or maybe it's Brian McCann. Or if you're Raul, maybe it's McCann Erickson from Mad Men. We'll talk about all of it. 1-800-919-3776. That Guy Thursday next. ESPN at 6. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPN New York.
ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala, New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Now, what is your role as driver of the U.S. Sail GP team?
So as a driver, you kind of have 2 different roles. One is trying to help make sure that the boat is going, as fast as you can around the racetrack. And then in addition to that, it's kind of the decision maker on board and, using the information that I'm getting from the whole team and the coach booth to kind of make those split-second decisions around the racetrack.
It sounds like an awesome atmosphere. What's the energy going to be like sailing right at New York City?
There's no better feeling racing in front of the home crowd, representing our country and hearing their cheering through our headsets that we have on board is, it gives me the chills just thinking about it. So we're pumped.
We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering up to 25% off windows and doors and 0% financing for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2026.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
Thanks again for taking me to the game, man. I can't wait to get in there. By the way, what's in the bag?
Oh, I bring my own hot dog and peanuts. Saves a ton.
Savvy. And what about the beach chairs?
Why buy seats when you can save big and bring your own?
We can't get in without tickets.
Tickets? What do you think the portable TV is for?
Don't save money pretending to go to the game. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Luckily, we've got a couple of hours before first pitch over at Citi Field. Mets are home tonight in Queens. Issue over at the Whitestone Bridge heading into the Bronx. Just picked up a car fire on the span. We had all lanes shut down for a while. Damage is done. You're not moving much on the northbound Whitestone Expressway from Northern Boulevard in the stadium. Heading into Queens there, just a slow crawl. Everybody was stopping to take a look. Still backed up onto the southbound Hutch in the Bronx. Yanks game just wrapped up not too long ago in the Bronx. It's a packed ride heading over to the outbound George. Deegan northbound, bumper to bumper approaching the Cross Bronx. Delays go back across the Triborough and up onto the Bruckner. Inbound George about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln and Helen Sunnels 15 to 20 minutes each. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Michael Kay, and I love when I get to talk about my friends at PC Richard & Son. It's a local company, family-owned, and I trust them, and you should too. Right now, get up to 35% off appliances, and with our tax season savings, get an extra 5% off appliance purchases totaling $5.99 or more. And in-home delivery is free. Great savings, great service. It's what they do. Get tax season savings at PC Richard & Son today. Free delivery excludes Manhattan. Some exclusions apply. See stores for details.
We all have that one friend.
I'm talking about the yo-yos who set themselves on fire and bathe in pork and beans.
Or know that one person.
I'm here with my family.
Who can't help but be.
He's not cool. His voice is weird. He's kind of a dork. His brother's a tool. His girlfriend's annoying.
That guy.
I didn't know it was Banner night. We won't be out for that.
It's time for That Guy Thursday.
Hey guys, anyone want to play some ball?
With Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
He's just being that guy.
Welcome to That Guy Thursday. And before we get into it, I want to hit you with some game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Because when it's game time, folks.
I like that.
It's totally time. Yankees are done. The Mets close out their series with the D-backs, not the D-backs, that is, with coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. The Knicks and the Celtics, coverage on 1050 at 7. Isles host the Leafs at 6:45. Devils, Penguins in Jersey at 7, like you dream about, Don on the call. And the Nets and the Pacers, wow, they're going to do that. They're going to actually play the game out. That's at 7:30. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. That Guy Thursday, guys. Mine is very simple.
Go ahead.
I know that we live at a time in which, you know, the message that we've been trying to get from New York City over the last several years is we don't want you driving. There's nowhere for you to park. It's more and more expensive. Matter of fact, we're going to add a toll if you just want to drive downtown, okay? Mm-hmm. We are doing everything in our power to make this not a driving city. However, no matter how hard you try, this is a driving city. And you can add all the bikes that you want and all the delivery guys on electric bikes, and I feel for the delivery guys. They're all trying to make a buck and deliver the food, and I understand that. Now, I find it to be incredibly dangerous, and I have no patience for people who ride these electric bikes 30 miles an hour on the sidewalk. They are all that guy. And there's so many of them, guys, like flying 40 miles an hour on sidewalks, you know, flying past baby carriages, freaks me out. But my that guy for today was a different kind of that guy. This guy was on, you may call it Varick, you may call it 7th Avenue, whatever your preference is. Guys, what is it, it's at least a 4-lane street, 7th Avenue downtown. Mm-hmm. I mean, if there weren't cars parked on the side, it could be 5 lanes. It's a big, big street in Lower Manhattan. And among all the traffic today, there was a guy on one of those stand-up scooters, like electric stand-up scooters. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Flying in a lane of traffic as if he's a car with no helmet on, maybe 35 miles an hour between cars. Where if you accidentally just somehow nudged this guy.
Oh, he gone.
He gone. It is an absolutely insane thing. So not only are we in danger, I feel like every time I'm out walking on the street because of the e-bikes and all that stuff, but for the people that are actually on these things, and just like that guy today, I'll also qualify the people out there with city bikes who you can just watch them for 5 seconds and go, you barely ride a bike. You know how I know you barely ride a bike? Because you're riding a city bike. Okay? I don't know if you know this. Greg LeMond isn't out there on a city bike. The real bikers don't ride city bikes. I get on a city bike. I barely know how to ride. And like a dork, I bring my helmet with me. But these people they're out there on their city bike, no helmet, in the middle of traffic, like they know what they're doing. For me, those are that guys. Didn't work the way I wanted it to at the end. Those are those guys. That are those guys.
That's the that guy.
That's the that guy.
That's the that guy.
What do you got, Don?
Well, it's a lot of driving stuff.
Oh, but I didn't even know.
People could be so inconsiderate.
Go ahead.
After I drop Jalen off from school, I go to kickboxing. So I get to, there's a light, and I make a right. And the street's wide enough to fit 2 cars. So there's a car in front of me that's making a left at the light. What would be the considerate thing to do? The considerate thing to do would be at least hug the yellow line to give enough room for people that want to make a right to get around you. Stops right in the middle of the street. So I give it a little double tap. Because that's the friendly horn, right?
Yeah,
Beep,
oh yeah. Meh, meh.
Just like, hey, maybe move up. Try to move to this. Nothing. Ignores me. Then falls asleep at the light. Light turns green, ain't moving. So then I just lean on the horn. Because my goal in life in those situations is to so annoy the person that they finally come to the decision when they get home they'll never drive again. Throw the keys in the garbage, sell the car, one less car on the road. That's my goal. Because I can't let things go, Alan.
Oh, we've noticed.
But you be considerate. You're not going to make the light, so just make sure you move over to the side. And then you sit in the middle so nobody can get around you, and then the light turns green, you're not paying attention, and I'm the bad guy for blowing the horn.
You can't get mad at someone for blowing the horn when the person's not paying attention. And this is why a great invention, guys, there should be 2 horn buttons on your car.
Yeah, I like that.
There should be the get the F out of the way horn, and there should be the other side. If you push it, it's more like a, hey, heads up, just look up. Just giving you a little, hey. One is get the hell out of the way.
I like that. You know what? That's good because whenever I leave the house with the kids and Nancy,
you honk goodbye?
Yeah, I give a little like that double tap beep. But there could be there could be a construction, or there could be the landscapers on the street, and they think I'm honking at them, something negative. You're right, there should be. I don't know if you guys remember, it was a movie in the late 70s called The Car. It was about like Satan was a car and just started killing everybody. It's actually a very good movie.
I've never heard of this, and it sounds insane.
The Car, look it up, go to IMDb. Right. And it had this demonic horn, da, 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 every time it was about to run you over. That should be the death one. That should be the one who,
that's the warning.
And then you just have another one, just go beep beep. Okay, how are you?
The friendly one.
Looking good today. Keep it up.
That's it.
Yeah.
Beep beep.
It would be abused.
Because the big beep is so aggressive.
Well, you do have some of those jacked up trucks that have the, it has like the boat horn on it, and those
they got to pull the.
Yeah, they shake the neighborhood. These guys when they put those in those things, but that's why I think it can get out of hand. But I don't mind it. I'm big on using the brights as like pretend I'm in an X-wing and I'm just blowing you out of the sky because you're in my way. Like that's like the only thing I can get out of it is the video game. And if I just like tap the brights, it's my feeling of I just shot lasers into your car and blew you out of the way. Even though it does nothing. Because the horn does nothing too, let's be honest.
The horn can be annoying though.
It is, but again, we live in a society where there are people who like knowing they're annoying you.
Well,
to a point that they'll do it more because now they know they got you. And that's even more frustrating. You know you're blocking the lane.
But
you know I'm
thing,
trying to
Alan.
get by, and you don't give a damn.
I don't think I'm better than anybody. Okay?
Okay.
And if I happen to there's a street near my house that you go straight, or you can there's 2 lanes. There's not a right turn only.
Okay.
You try to stay out of the right lane.
Sure.
If you're going straight, because there might be somebody that wants to turn on the red.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a gas station that's no more than 50 yards from the light. So I have to go to the right lane in order to go through the light to get to the gas station. And if somebody's behind me with the blinker on, I feel so terrible that sometimes I'll just make the right because I just feel bad I'm holding them up.
He's such a nice guy.
Now, I don't think I'm better than anybody, but how can there be a world where I'm an ass and will actually make a right when I don't have to? So I won't inconvenience the person behind me.
Because you're thoughtful and considerate, and
a yo-yo that just has no consideration for anybody.
Right.
Just sit there in the middle of the lane and not care.
Right. We don't have that in abundance in our society. Thoughtful and considerate are things that we do lack, but at least you have it, and that makes you better. And what makes you even better is that during this segment, with the light show happening at the Rock right now, we had Red Dawn for a while. Now we've got Green Dawn.
I gotta go back and look.
Like this is gorgeous. I don't know if he's that guy, but it is interesting, and I'm wondering because now we're all dads, how this would feel. So Steve Kerr's son Nick is on the coaching staff in Golden State. I've seen this work in other places in professional sports where if it's a father and son in person, like, for instance, my good friend Brendan Brown, who we lost last year, when he worked for his dad, Hubie Brown, he called him Hubie. He called him H. So, it's like he called him whatever everybody called him, right?
Right.
Austin Rivers refers to his father as Doc. But Steve said he told his son, you've got to call me Dad.
Wow.
On the bench, in huddles, meetings, he said, I think acknowledging it is important and that he wants that to stay the thing. Like, I'm your father. Refer to me as Dad. It shouldn't be weird. Everybody knows.
But that's
and
not
so that's
why
what
you
he
do
wants. What do you think?
I don't like
of that?
it.
You don't like it?
Because they're colleagues. The fact that they're related is irrelevant. And by me calling you Dad, it just, by the mere word Dad, makes it seem like I'm more in than the other coaches. Like, that's why you call them by name, because our relationship is irrelevant.
Interesting.
We're colleagues. We're both on the coaching staff.
All right, so when now it's Christmas morning and there's no game that day, even though the Golden State Warriors always play on Christmas. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I hear you.
And so it's all family, nobody else. Still call him Steve?
No,
or
you
Coach?
call him Dad. Because now the relationship is back to the family. But in that moment, we all have a job to do. I'm an assistant coach. You're the head coach. You're my boss. And I should address you the way I would address anybody that would be the other head coach or the other coaches. I think that it creates... everybody knows that you're father and son, but doesn't it kind of suggest in the moment that you're a little bit more in than everybody else?
I can't help it, Peter. I just need Don to just start singing death metal right now.
Even just from the look.
I can end this by just flipping the light on.
If you just started doing just start doing that,
I would love to.
It'd be
I don't have the
unreal.
voice today.
It would look so, because it would match what's happening right now.
All right. But before, by the way, that dad thing is very interesting.
No, isn't it though? Like, I don't think he's being that guy.
No,
but it's sort
a lot
of
of layers.
It's sort of a thing.
A lot of layers.
I figured I'd mention.
Before we wrap, this just made me laugh, and maybe you won't be able to tell how funny it is because you're going to just hear it, and it's not on Instagram. But it's just so our show, Don, based on how you and I do old-timey voices.
Yeah.
There's this video moving around from this New York comedian, Tyler J. Comedy on Instagram, young black dude. And this is the video that I was sent yesterday, Don, and it made me think of me and you, and I laughed hard.
What the hell happened to all the white men that talk like this? Where the hell are they? They used to be everywhere. At least 2 out of 5 white guys in the Northeast had this voice, and now it's gone. And I can't find it anywhere. And I'm pissed about it. And we're gonna bring it back.
It actually is true.
That used to be the white guy voice, and it's gone.
But it was sort of that New York-y kind of, like, and that's another thing, right? Like
in all movies,
where do you come off calling me? Right?
In all old-timey movies, that's how people talk.
That was the way they talk. That was a very Northeast New York kind of thing.
So shout out to Tyler J. Comedy. I thought that was very funny.
We now need to have a character on the show, just a go-to old-timey.
Old-timey voice. All right, more of your calls. A lot of people want to talk Yankees. We'll get to you next. 1-800-919-3776.
I remember the Yankees when they actually hit the ball.
And we'll do all that much more. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Wow, that's a lot of distractions. Why don't you just focus on the road?
Relax, I'm a great driver.
What about other drivers? Not everyone's a great driver.
I can watch out for them. I'll be fine.
Watch out! In 2023, more than 3,200 people died due to distracted drivers. Keep your eyes on the road. This message brought to you by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
You're sitting at a red light or stuck in traffic, and your phone lights up. Maybe it's a text, a video call, a new post, or a quick notification you think you can check in a second. It feels harmless, but the truth is, once your eyes leave the road, you're not really driving anymore. And traffic doesn't pause just because you do. That split second of distraction can throw off everything. Your reaction time, your awareness, your ability to avoid someone else's mistake. You could damage your car, injure yourself, or hurt someone you care about. Or you could get pulled over for a reminder that your phone isn't worth the risk. So before you start driving, make it easy on yourself. Put your phone on silent. Toss it in the glove box. Set it to Do Not Disturb. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087, 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087. Or simply visit TRA.com.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Hey fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, April 17th when the Yankees host the Royals and be ready to receive a Yankees promotional giveaway that has become a fan favorite. It's Yankees Hockey Jersey Night, presented by StubHub. The first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Yankees hockey jersey. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, don't miss the Yankees and Royals for Yankees Hockey Jersey Night, presented by StubHub on Friday, April 17th. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York, 4:49 in the big city. It's almost 5 o'clock to you and me. Let's talk to the people. A lot of people fed up with the New York Yankees. Another terrible offensive performance. No runs, one hit.
Is that bad?
They lose 1-0 to the believe they're still the Oakland Athletics. Let's go out west. Let's go to our friend Jonathan in LA. Hi guys.
Hi guys. Guys, so I'm not usually the type of fan that's going to boo the guy or talk smack about him. And even if I'm at the stadium today, I still wouldn't boo McMahon. But what the hell is he doing in the lineup today? Like, every time I see him, the drop of Allen, if he was that bad, comes up into my head while he's batting. And he is that bad.
Yeah.
He is the worst in everything, at batting average, at everything. What is he doing there? Yesterday, at the last out of the game, he swung at a ball that was worse than Giancarlo. I think even Giancarlo will have a good eye on that strike. I'm fed up with this guy once again, and all those Yankee fans. I hope you guys don't boo him because that's just stupid. I think, and but I just don't. Boone needs to wake up and don't put. And think about it, guys. If it would have been for Rosario, we would have been swept by the A's. So at least we got one out of it. But once again, we're in April. Great show as always, fellas. Thank you.
I mean, think about this. Well, they have 5 hits, 2 runs, and struck out, 20? You said 20 times? The last 2 games?
Yeah. 20 in the last 17 innings.
Oh, 17 innings. Okay.
So,
this is
not ideal.
It's just that this was a bad couple of games.
To defend Brian Cashman
on
McMahon, in his world, this offense should be able to sustain a light-hitting third baseman.
Yes, you're right.
And it can't right now, because Caballero has been god-awful, and Judge is hitting .222. Seems like it's a home run or nothing for Judge. And, Wells isn't hitting. And nobody is really living to the back of their baseball card, so now it doesn't seem sustainable. And you know how it is, guys. Whenever you've got somebody struggling, he always seems to come up in the big spot. But they feel they're a better team with McMahon as their third baseman. And I can't say they're wrong, because you know how much they value defense. Heck, the Mets changed their whole team around because of run prevention. If everybody's hitting to the way that they should be, you should be able to survive with McMahon being a .220 hitter, hitting his 15, 20 home runs and driving in his 50, 60 RBIs, and that'd be fine. Problem is he's way worse than that, and so's everybody else, at least lately.
That part,
so
Don,
that's the problem.
That part. It's the fact that everybody else, so it accentuates when there's a guy who's really bad.
Now, if you want a number, even though it's a very small sample size, to be concerned about, is they're 0-4 in one-run games.
Yeah.
So that would bother me, just because that following baseball, that sometimes can be very trendy, meaning it's just one of those years you don't win those close games.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how close games are when they get to the postseason. So that's something to keep an eye on. When they're scoring, and of course they're undefeated, 8-0 when the games are decided by 2 or more runs, because that's when they're hitting and they're feeling it, and it's not an issue. But they're not hitting with runners in scoring position, not getting the big hit, other than Rosario. He was right. If they'd gotten swept, if he doesn't hit that home run, they were down 5-3 going to the 8th inning in that game. So I think we're picking on McMahon a little bit, but it's still something to keep an eye on.
Because it's like I said, it only is accentuated because no one else is doing anything. And even when the Yankees offense was flying high just only a couple of games ago, Anthony, you texted me about the bottom of the order. Remember that? And I was just like, oh, stop. Can't worry about the bottom of the order. But it does stand out when now all of a sudden you're going to get your typical, whether it's Judge or whether it's, Bellinger, whoever it is, that just all of a sudden they're going through something. You're hoping somebody else steps up. The best offensive team the Yankees ever had. Was that the 98 Yankees?
I mean, I don't know if technically, but it was one of the best I've ever seen.
But like a top to bottom, because you said something earlier about, the rotation. I mean
the circular lineup.
The circular lineup.
That was something I'd get from John Sterling around the late '90s.
Circular lineup.
Yeah. Where it just everybody could kill you. There isn't a soft spot in the whole lineup.
So if you remember that team, the worst batting average of that lineup was batting .243. That was the worst guy, and that was Chad Curtis.
Right.
But you had like other guys that were hitting 280, 324, 300, like 339. Like you had guys that were, Paul O'Neill was 317. Like they had a lineup loaded with guys hitting over 300.
The best example.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, a Met example of that would be the '86 Mets. 86 Mets were a tremendous offensive team with Rafael Santana as their shortstop, a light-hitting shortstop.
Yeah.
He'd bat like 230,
right?
But it didn't matter because
guys like him were run
and
prevention.
Carter and Hernandez, and it didn't matter,
right?
But he was a Gold Glove caliber shortstop, and they felt like that was fine.
But it doesn't but that's why the macro view of a season versus what we are in right now, which of course is the micro view because it's early, that your trends early are always going to be amplified because they haven't played 10 games, right?
Right.
Like that's the difference in it. So it happens, but it's not great. I was more curious. Like I said, to me, I'm looking at the pitching, which is nice to see. The pitching is early on holding up, looking good with additions coming soon. And then on top of it, it's how is Boone managing this team? You don't remember like the run it back thing with the Yankees was a problem last year or months ago when they decided they really weren't going to make major changes. The run it back thing pissed a lot of people off. And they even said, no, we're not running it back because they felt like they were a different looking team after the trade deadline in July.
Right.
Because they got more athletic. They added more speed. They changed what they were. So I was curious, okay, you're not changing the bodies. Are you changing approach? Are you changing something about you? I see changes.
Oh.
I see them being way more aggressive on the base paths. I also see that I think Boone is handling things differently at the beginning here, as if it's let's get some guys going, let's give some guys chances, let's not just go strictly by the book from start to finish. I mean, he let Weathers go 101 pitches. That's a rarity. You don't see that.
Let's take one more Yankee call before we hit the break. Want to get into some Met stuff as well. That hasn't been glorious either. Subi in Midtown. What's up, Subi?
Yeah, that guy Thursday, I'm that guy who complains about the Yankees, but it's more about, what have they done recently? They've been winning. I'm not happy about them not looking at Murakami, who was on the White Sox right now, 4 home runs throughout the year. They didn't give him a chance, even though he signed a short-term contract. They could have taken a look at him at least. He plays third base and first base. So as a brand itself, the Yankees sort of gaslight us sometimes on Volpe and on other players. I'm looking forward to Lombard coming up sooner than later. And if that's the case, at least we'll have something new and exciting for the Yankees to look forward to.
Yeah, Lombard, right. And they're setting him up to be, he could be, if Volpe stays their long-term shortstop, Lombard could be the third baseman of the future.
And that's why they didn't go out and get an everyday third baseman. McMahon is a guy that's going to be that stopgap until, what is Lombard, 21 years old?
20 or 21, right? Yeah,
he's still a kid, and they don't want to rush him up here. But
one thing I can say
it's
about
not
that
gaslighting.
stadium,
It's just that Brian Cashman believes the Yankees are at their best if McMahon is playing third base. Now, he didn't expect them to be this bad offensively, but he did have 20 home runs last year, which they love. A-plus defender, which they love. And, so that's why they weren't in the market. And because they don't want to landlock the kid down to the minor leagues, Lombard, they weren't interested in getting anybody else.
1-800-919-3776. We got to get into the Mets as well, plus go back to the Knicks. Big day for the Knicks tonight, playing the Celtics, of course, with a lot on the line, maybe not in terms of between the two teams playoff-wise, but to set the scene of what we could be looking at in the second round of the conference finals. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hi, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. If you're looking at solar in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, here's what actually matters. Real numbers, honest answers, and a team that handles everything. We manage the entire process from start to finish. Designs, approvals, installation, and even a brand new roof if you need one. We don't sell you more than your home actually needs. Just smart systems designed for long-term savings and predictable energy costs. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment. Precision Solar, built to perform for decades.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. We've got the Mets home in a couple of hours over at Citi Field. Still bumper to bumper getting into Queens, moving across the span of the Whitestone Bridge. We had an earlier car fire blocking all lanes heading into the Bronx. Still packed there and backed up onto the southbound Hutch. Slow crawl on the Deegan northbound, heading over to the Cross Bronx and the outbound George. Lots of extra company from the Yanks game that wrapped up not too long ago in the Bronx. Also a crash in the center lane right after Yankee Stadium involving a tractor-trailer. Delays go back across the Triborough and up onto the Bruckner. Inbound Georgia, about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln Orania 15 to 20. Outbound Holland 10 to 15. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New
York. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. ESPN New York, 5:03.5 in the big city. In the big city, ah! Peter Rosenberg here in the studio. Don LaGreca at The Rock. Alan Hahn at MSG. You got the Devils and the Pens tonight. You got the Knicks and the Celtics. Bing bong. A lot of childhood Rosenberg in New York tonight. A lot of excitement.
Yeah, how about that?
You've also got
both.
In Brooklyn.
No.
Nets Pacers.
Oh, yeah.
And the Nets just put out their
you know what? I don't know.
Status report.
Okay.
10 players sitting.
General soreness.
Just have a ball rolling up and down the court.
And one of them, this is like game 79, I think, the audacity for Nolan Traore, who's a rookie, it just says rest.
Well, I'm good. Choices were made. There's benefits to I'm good.
The Nets won 2 straight games, and it's like, whoa, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
But the Pacers don't want to win either. So
And no, they don't. But the Nets, if you're looking at for the lottery, the Nets are now suddenly 2 games back of the Pacers for the second. You just want to be in the bottom 3 because that gives you the best chance to win the lottery, right? And so the last thing you want to do is they are now a half game away from Utah, which wants to be. So you can't win anymore. 20, that's enough. So the Nets are just like this is the reality. I don't blame them as a franchise because this is the reality of the NBA. But they are sitting. There's 10 guys out tonight. There's a couple that for true injuries. But for the most part, it's just we do not want to win. It's unreal. There was a story that ESPN did about tanking that had Utah that signed a player who was a middle-of-the-road G Leaguer and then played him for 48 minutes. Signed him to a 10-day. He played average 36 minutes. The last game he played the whole game, 48 minutes, and then they cut him. You did your job. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's not what you want. There's some bad moments here. Now, I did see a highlight the other day though, moving around in the algo of Nets Wizards.
Yeah.
You saw this too, Don?
Yes.
And
it was packed.
Yeah.
The Barclays. Yeah, people
are
going.
People go. It was a Nets Wizards game like you nightmare about. The only drop that comes to mind when you think of the Nets and Wizards, I had diarrhea that you dream about. That's what that is.
Yeah,
it was family day.
Yep.
And they did it.
And the kids, they just want to see basketball. I mean, basketball is still a cool sport to see live.
I'll be licking the television screen. Licking it like it's ice cream.
And you've got people there like, I normally don't go to NBA games, and I got a chance to go and don't understand or care about the result or what it means for the lottery just to be able to go watch an NBA game.
Yeah. They were giving away tickets, too.
Oh, well,
I'm sure they were. I mean, nobody's going to go and pay full price for that. That's what I'd love to be able to these organizations say, listen, we're doing this. We don't want to have to do it, but these are the rules, and we got to play by them.
That's exactly
it. You know what?
It,
Everybody come in for free.
To me.
Come watch the game. We're not going to try to win. We're playing guys you've never heard of. Here, $5 a ticket. Come on.
If you're right, exactly. If I understand what you're doing now, this late in the season, I totally understand it. But that's the part that I'm like, can't you just then say, all right, look, we know we're sitting 10 guys. You're going to watch basically our G League team play. We're going to either cut prices in half or we're going to concessions are free. There's got to be something you're going to do in this game so that those who showed up don't feel like, what did I just pay for?
Well, you may have felt like that yesterday at Citi Field, and the Mets did give away tickets to yesterday's change time slot.
They did.
And when talking about the outing for David Peterson, all I can think of is
pound it, Donnie, pound it.
Yeah, it was not good. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 runs. Yeah, another bad start for Peterson. Carlos Mendoza was asked, are you considering removing Peterson from the rotation?
As I'm sitting here right now, no.
Okay. Are you worried about him?
No. If he's healthy, which he is, there's no concern. He's too good of a pitcher. He's been our guy. He just got to make a couple of adjustments there and go from there.
All right.
He was a horse last year for the longest time and then fell off late.
A lot of people were things last year. There are people who are on this earth who are now gone.
But you know what I mean. Though
people that weren't here, they're now here.
It's a great
Don,
point.
you remember that he was one of the most reliable pitchers they had last year, consistently.
But
so the fact that he's fallen
Peterson, but he hasn't been good in 2 starts. Is that enough to go, knock him out of the rotation? No, I agree with Mendoza there, but you can't tell me you're not, keeping an eye on what's going on here. It means a couple make the adjustments. They need him. Now, I know they've got, Manaea's the extra pitcher, but
he didn't pitch well.
He hasn't pitched well. And, Senga's looked good, but you're always needing extra arms. No matter how well everybody's pitching, there's always injuries. There's always issues, and you just can't afford to send a guy out there every 5 days that's going to, pitch batting practice. So I agree with him. It's a small sample size, but they're just completely like, he just needs to make a couple adjustments. Well, what happens if he gets shelled again?
Well, they asked Mendoza, what are you seeing wrong from him?
That second inning, not only teams are super aggressive against him, especially early in counts, but he's having a hard time executing pitches glove side, meaning inside to righties. There's a lot of pitches all over the plate, and there's hard contact there. There's nothing like when he's going well, the two seam, he comes in, the slider down and into to righties. He's having a hard time. I thought he made some good adjustments after they got him there in the second inning, but I think it's just the execution part that for the last couple turns you see that.
And lastly, to Peterson, did your last few innings give you any confidence?
I think that's when I'm on, that's how I feel. Going right after guys, attacking with all my pitches, constantly being in and around the zone and getting weak contact. So, yeah, I think it's good to end that way, but would have liked to avoid what happened in the second.
But I give him credit. He was still able to give him 5 a day after Peralta couldn't get through 5. So he did get a few extra outs, even though it was 5-0, and he didn't have it. So I think the bullpen certainly appreciated that. Now, it's a cold day, and it's probably difficult to grip the ball and put it exactly where you want to put it, but it's a bit of an issue, guys. It's something to keep an eye on for sure.
Yeah.
Now, his last start was in San Francisco, also on the colder side. So maybe it's that. But let's see, another bad outing. I'm not saying you're pulling him for the rotation, but I'd at least like to hear
You're
from
starting to get
the manager that he's concerned about.
Yeah, no, I think that's, you do need to see something out of him because it's not like he's had some bad luck or something. Like these have not been good starts.
Yeah, it hasn't been sexy.
And he's been, again, he was a guy last year that was he the most reliable, right?
5'11".
Oh, the 5'15's early today.
Keep going.
Yep. We'll do 3. We'll take 3. So that's all I'm saying, and I'm with you, Don. Like I do think there comes a time that you're going to need to see it because it's not like other than McLean, Peralta's been okay, but you need a third guy. So.
Let's go back to the phones.
They're going to be in search of a starter, I'm telling you. They're going to be in search of a starter.
1-800-919-3776. Jose in Connecticut wants to talk a little Mets. What's up, Jose?
What's up, guys? Huge fan. Huge Mets fan here. Listen, I wanted Juan Soto. I was all for him. I want him on the team. I think he's a huge asset, one of the best players in baseball. However, it is undeniable the difference now that he's not in the lineup in the sense of just the feeling around the team, right? Like, I remember watching him with the Yankees, and he seemed like a different guy. He was upbeat. He was smiling all the time. He had the Soto shuffle. And one of the things that I was super excited about when the Mets got him was the swag that he was going to bring. I haven't seen that swag since he's been here. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. He's just not the same guy. Now, he put up great numbers last year, but those were all, meaningless in the sense that whenever there was a big spot, he never came through. And again, I'm a big fan. I want him on the team, but just want to get your guys' thoughts on the idea that there's a different vibe around the team without him in the lineup. What do you guys think?
Well, it's a different vibe because they only won 83 games last year. I still, to his numbers, he did not have a great season to me. He had moments. He got off to a little bit of a slow start. Team wasn't doing well in the second half of the season. Swagger comes from feeling it. And his year with the Yankees, they were good enough to go to the World Series. And it was never his team. It was never about him. He can go out there and do his thing because at the end of the day, it was Judge's team. Having Judge in that lineup helped him. Comes to the Mets, and, hey, he signed the contract, so he doesn't have a kick coming. But team wasn't as good. Lineup wasn't as good. He wasn't as good. I think that swagger will be back when he starts to get it going. And there were times last year when he was really feeling it that you started to see the old Juan Soto. But I know he didn't change cities, guys, but he changed leagues, he changed teams. It's still a bit of an adjustment for him. I'm willing to say that when the team's feeling it and he's feeling it, you'll start to see the old Juan Soto again.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, you had a whole year to show it. And everybody jumped all over Michael last year when he talked about how, like, what did he say? Did he say dour? What was the expression that he used?
Oh, was it dour? It was.
No, it was.
Wasn't dour. What was it?
Wasn't
glum.
sullen.
Glum or sullen?
Glum.
And, maybe that's just the way maybe that's just a thing. Maybe it's real. Like, he took the money, he went somewhere, looked around and went, all right, this definitely ain't the Yankees. And it's not about the Mets. He could have gone anywhere and just felt that way, that it's not the same. And he was.
I mean, but he was excited in
the
San
money
Diego.
was the money. The money was the money, but it's not wrong all year in the Bronx. He definitely looked different when you watched him versus what he looks like with the Mets. It's hard to say that, like, without sounding like, again, I'm not trying to be a Yankee boy. This is just an observation, but it's hard to believe. You can't say that he is the same guy visually.
But it wasn't just in the Bronx. He was upbeat seemingly everywhere else. San Diego, Washington.
Well, there were issues in San Diego too.
Well, and I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't watch a ton of Padres games, but like he was always a pretty upbeat guy prior to the Mets.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what it is?
It was not a great year. From June on, they were one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball.
Right.
You sign a 15-year contract. Everybody's saying you got to win the World Series, and they weren't going to win the World Series. You were just with a team that went to the World Series, had a great year. You'll see it. I think it's easy for Yankee fans and Yankee people say he's unhappy with the Mets. He knew what he was doing. And whether it was for the money or whatever, he knew the lineup, he knew the building, and he signed. And maybe it's something with Lindor. Maybe it's, hey, they're just not as good as the Yankees were. The idea is that you want to get to that point. And I think if they do get to that point, you're going to see a guy that's really happy and a guy that's really feeling it. But if you remember last year, he didn't hit right away, but they were winning. And then he started to hit, they started to lose.
That's right.
It's so weird.
And he was he never got particularly upbeat when he started to hit.
No.
Like it was so
That's
that
what I mean.
So a lot of people jumped out the window and said, well, he's just selfish. It's only about him hitting, not about them winning or losing. Then it kind of seemed like he was just down in general. Now it's maybe because we know him and Lindor hate each other. Now, tonight will be interesting because if the Mets win tonight, they're 5-1 without Soto. And you get to think of guys, maybe yesterday was just an aberration, one random bad game, right? That's baseball, right, Susan. But if they lose badly again tonight, it kind of changes the narrative. So tonight is an interesting night in sort of the Mets without Soto narrative.
I meant to look it up and I didn't, but I brought this up the other day that, like, the Penguins' record is amazing without Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, you said this. Yeah.
How is that? How is that possible? He's still the best player on the team, even though he's 38 years old.
Because other players step up when the star player is out.
They're a good team, and they're deep, and they've got other guys that can step up.
Yes. And
that's what it's really about. But over a long, sustained period of time, if Crosby missed the rest of the year, eventually they'd feel it. Because now, if you go a handful of games here or there, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, you can get by. But then eventually it's going to catch up with you because you can't lose that bat in your lineup and not affect you in some way.
Let's also look ahead, too, because if you're there's a lot to watch it for the crowd that's like, oh, we're better without him. Because, okay, so you got Arizona one more tonight. Then the A's stay in town. And you saw what the A's just did with the Yankees. Right? So how do you look in that series? And then you know what's next on. They go out to L.A. to play the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, there's your first meeting with the big bad Dodgers, with the team that you're hoping to be able to be on the same field with and be able to compete with. And without Soto, you don't think it's gonna stand out that you don't have his bat in the lineup against a team like that? So it's early on, yes, but these are all little things that you got to watch because the Athletics had a great series against the Yankees. You've got to get this win tonight to win the series against the Diamondbacks. And then you go to L.A. to play the Dodgers without Soto. Things could change quickly by next week. As far as the mood of they're better without him. It could be desperation time. Because he's not going to be back till after that series. Well after that series, right?
Yeah,
he might not even play in Chicago against the Cubs.
Maybe not, and that's going to be another tough series. Then it eases up a little bit. Do you realize they got to go back out west to play the Angels? They've already been to San Francisco.
Yeah, in May. You're right. Interesting.
They've got 3 separate West Coast trips.
All within the first 2 months.
No, they're killing us, by the way. They're killing us.
Yeah, but
starting next Monday, they're at the Dodgers for 3.
Yeah.
Then they're at the Cubs for 3. And then the following week, 4/21.
The Cubs is a weekend anyway.
Yeah.
Then you get a bunch of home games. The following week will be great.
But who do they play
Knicks
when they go
playoffs.
out west to play the Angels? Who do they play
That's May 1st. Angels, Rockies in Colorado, and then Arizona again against the
you throw out the record books.
But it's interesting, right, the way baseball structured it. Send them out west to play San Francisco, and then come east to play St. Louis. Then they're going to go out to play the Dodgers, come east to play Chicago. And then when they go out to play the Angels, then they'll stay Rockies.
Yeah.
Still coming east, but not quite
Arizona.
as far east to play Arizona.
Not too far, yeah. Yeah.
But that's a lot of travel early in the year, too.
But you're getting all that out of the way early in the year, too.
Yes, if you could survive that. If you could survive that.
And then they get
in good shape.
And then the first week of June, they do 3 with Seattle and 3 with San Diego.
That's right. Back again, Don.
Early June.
So the first 3 months of the season, they're going to the West Coast, literally.
3 or 4 times?
4 times.
And you remember before, the full-blown interleague play, you'd go out, play the Dodgers, Padres, and Giants, and then that'd be it. And then depending on the year, you might have to go back out to play Seattle and Anaheim and Oakland. But there were times where you just go out west, and then maybe you'd have to go back to play Arizona and Colorado.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, you'd have 2 different trips out west.
Yeah.
When you had less teams and all that.
Right,
but now, because you got to play everybody.
Play them once.
You get certain years where you're going out west a lot.
Now, I'm guessing, because July, by the way, is a ton of home games. July is the month for the Mets if they're going to do anything, because they're at home a ton.
Right.
Now, with the World Cup, I'm guessing that's why they're gone for 10 days, 10 games. Are they just keeping, you don't want any other?
I don't know, because the Yankees will probably be here, though, right?
I was just wondering why they've got a long road trip.
What, this one that's coming up, the 2-week one?
No, in August.
Oh, in August, because.
And I'm wondering if that's the thing, if both the Mets and Yankees were just let's just get the hell out of town.
I don't know, but
the Yankees are home during the World Cup?
But the World At
July time?
My God, traffic's going to be.
But the World Cup is only at MetLife, right?
It doesn't matter. I'm just talking about it's just as far as just the Did you hear about Penn Station, what they're doing? No. Apparently they're going to close off part of Penn Station.
Great.
Where only those World Cup fans who have you're going to have a certain ticket or whatever, you can only access that area.
Yeah, they're going to have a specific area for World Cup people.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to do it. People freaked out thinking they were literally making the train exclusively for World Cup fans. That's not what they're doing.
Well, no, but it's
a specific area.
But
as I understand.
Penn Station's already insane. Now
by the way,
I can't go down this corridor.
The whole conversation about all of it, by the way, is interesting because I haven't looked yet. I'm going to take a look right now. How many games could there possibly be in New York? It's not that many days.
Wow.
But the championship game is in MetLife,
that'll
right?
That'll be pretty crazy.
Yeah, and that's a crazy day.
Oh, yeah.
But it is just interesting to me that it's there's so much. I mean, you know what? I gotta look and see exactly how many games it in the area it amounts to. Guys, the NFL draft is coming up Thursday, April 23rd, and it's a big day for New York. Jets pick 2nd and 16th. The Giants pick 5th. And Rick and Dave are breaking it all down live. ESPN New York's Couchcast, your second screen for the NFL draft. Real-time reactions, instant takes, and everything New York fans care about. Watch along with the guys. React with us. Don't miss a moment. ESPN New York's Couchcast on draft night, April 23rd, 8 p.m., presented, of course, by Calandra's Bakery. More of your calls next, and it's going to be a total of 8 matches.
8, yes.
starting June 13th, and the final this year is going to be July 19th.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
okay.
8 games
so then-
over a month span.
8
So never
games
mind.
over a month. It's not exactly constant.
5 weeks.
No, you're right.
So it is interesting. People are getting like all antsy about it. And listen, obviously people are going to travel here, and there'll be huge fans who stick around for the month and maybe travel to other cities.
Yeah.
But I sort of think it's getting a bit overdone, but I could be wrong. Who knows?
We don't do that in New York.
No.
We don't overreact to anything. What are you talking about?
I know. We're going to make it sound like it's
That's
going to be
good to know.
It's going to be impossible. I mean, I don't. We'll see. More of your calls. ENN at 6. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York. FanDuel has your back with a special mulligan bet back token this week in golf. Once the tournament starts, you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another try. Now you've got protection to take that sleeper pick or make a bold prediction. Backing someone to win it all? Go for it. Like someone for a top 5 finish? Like it with confidence, because if it doesn't hit, you've got that mulligan in your back pocket ready to go. That's FanDuel.com/local to claim your special mulligan bet back token. Once the tournament starts, you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another try. Now you've got protection to take that sleeper pick or make a bold prediction. Backing someone to win it all? Go for it. Like someone for a top 5 finish? Like it with confidence, because if it doesn't hit, you've got that mulligan in your back pocket ready to go. 21 or over, physically present in New York, option required. Refund issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply, including token expirations. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
The New York City Department changes lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day 1, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver, and we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York, and can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Tell us why fans should be excited for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
The racing is just so exhilarating coming in and watching it from the shoreline of Governor's Island and in front of the Statue of Liberty, racing in one of the biggest, most amazing cities in the world. I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it. And these boats are the fastest boats in the world, racing with the best sailors in the world. It's really cool, and it's going to be so electric in New York. And it's our home event this year, so we're pumped.
We are pumped as well, Taylor. We appreciate your time. He is U.S. Sail GP team driver Taylor Canfield. We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got the Mets home tonight over at Citi Field. First pitch less than 2 hours away. Just bumper to bumper heading across the span of the Whitestone Bridge into Queens from the Bronx side. After that, expressway southbound looking good, heading over to Northern Boulevard in the stadium. Islanders also home at the UBS Arena. If you're heading that way from Nassau County, slow crawl on the Northern State westbound, heading over to the Grand Central and Cross Island. Big collision blocking 2 lanes right after Little Neck Parkway. You're at a standstill there from New Hyde Park Road. Yanks were home in the Bronx, and the damage is done on the Deegan northbound, heading over to the outbound George. Just solid approaching the Cross Bronx, adding to the slowdowns. We still have a collision right after the stadium. Delays go back across the Triborough and up onto the Bruckner. Inbound George 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels 15 minutes each. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. And you know I love my cake. So I get that big birthday energy without any sugar guilt. The bottle's small, easy to toss in my bag, and perfect when I need a quick, tasty caffeine boost to cakeify my day. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
I try not to overreact to tweets.
Oh, no.
But Brian Regis, a friend of the show, tweets a lot. He tweeted, I don't understand what you guys are talking about regarding last year with Juan Soto. He led the National League in on-base percentage. He had a career high in home runs. He also had a career high in stolen bases. You guys lost credibility.
We're not talking about that.
What is he talking about?
We're not talking about how well he played.
I think there was a level of disappointment based on his WAR was nearly 2 less than it was the year before with the Yankees. His batting average was way lower than it was with the Yankees. His on-base percentage, although led the National League, was this worse in a 3-year span. I'm sorry, you're Juan Soto. I mean, he was great. But his numbers were not as good as the year before. There were times where he did struggle a bit. He did, and then he tore the cover off the ball early in the season. But you're held to a higher standard. Nobody said he was awful. Nobody said he had a bad year.
But we weren't talking about him having a great year or a good year or whatever it was. We were talking about the team didn't have a good year. It had a good start, and then it really, the wheels fell off at the end of the season. And the whole year, even though he was still putting up solid numbers, really good numbers, we're not talking about performance. We're talking about perception. You're just looking at someone that just never seemed like he was thrilled.
That's all. We were not getting into
and the
how
year
he
before,
performed.
He looked happy, like he looked giddy. He looked like he was having a great time. He was having fun. He was goofing off with Judge. Like there was something different about his vibe. And it's just obvious. You can't take it personal. This is not a personal attack on your team.
Now, listen,
This is about a player that we're just wondering, why doesn't he look like he's playing with any joy?
Now, for the record, I do want to say, and I said this on the air at the time, I thought that story was overstated. And I thought, Michael hearing a rumor from someone else that he's supposedly glum, and people, went crazy with it. I thought we may be adding a little bit of sauce there. But it doesn't change the fact that during an interview just a few weeks, 2 months ago in the WBC, guys, do you remember him sort of slipping, how the most fun he's ever had was last year? I mean, he has said things like that. So it's not based on nothing. Let's go to Paul real quick in the Bronx who wants to weigh in. Paul, what's up?
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Long-time listener, first-time caller. Love the show.
Thanks, man.
So this is all I want to say about this. Of course he's going to say that he loves to win. So every time that he said that, and the teams that he said that was teams that he was winning on. He went to the World Series with the Yankees. The other team that he said he loved winning was when he went to the World Series. But at the end of the day, it's a new scene. I think the narrative is focused too much on the negativity, they're trying to pit teammates against each other. And you see him right now, he's having fun with the young kids. He's having fun with everybody. It might be a Lindor thing, but at the same time, I think he just needs to step back and just have a little respect for people that's been in the team a lot longer. You understand? Mm-hmm. But besides that, last year, what has he had? The most home runs that he has in his career. Still walks a lot, still plays a lot. he still continued to do what he did. His average slipped a little bit.
Once again, we're not talking about performance.
Paul, what did you make of just one quick question for you, Paul? Because you sound like a reasonable fan. What did you make? What did you make of the statement from Lindor in the offseason of hey, we don't all have to love each other, and also the awkward opening day dap or lack thereof between Lindor and Soto, which it did look pretty clearly awkward when we saw it.
It did look awkward. But at the end of the day, right, not everybody on the team is going to like each other, right, or love each other. This is something that they got to build on. It has to be a mutual respect. Lindor brings what he brings to the table. Soto brings what he brings to the table. It did look good, and it didn't look good. Their sort of reception on opening day and everybody else is hugging each other. But, yes, at the same time, too, to me, it's like, I don't know, I guess it's two guys trying to compete to see who's like the man on the team. And I get it. If it was about he came to the Mets for a reason.
Well, listen,
to me, the reason is because he saw a future. He saw that we had prospects. He saw that we was built.
Listen, I'm a Met fan, and I'm going to tell you he came here because he got the most money.
He saw $700 million.
All right, so I'm not even going to play that game. But as a Met fan, you still look back at the first year of Juan Soto as a disappointment because you went from going to Game 6 of the League Championship Series in 24 to winning 83 games and missing the playoffs altogether.
Yeah.
Remember, we celebrated getting Juan Soto because we thought that this was going to be the guy that was going to take us to the next step. Mm-hmm. Now, I do think he will get us there. But that first year was a step back. Even though it wasn't his fault, the feeling was with Juan Soto and the team that they had from the year before.
That Stearns didn't want to keep around anyway.
Right, and then what ended up happening at the end of the year?
He got rid of guys.
He didn't blow it up, but he came damn close.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Alonso gone, McNeil gone, Nimmo gone. All right, so that was a disappointment. I mean, I didn't get excited that Juan Soto was here, so he'd finish third in home runs in the National League and lead the National League in on-base percentage. I got excited because I thought he'd be the guy to get him to the next step. It didn't work out. Yeah. So overall, I kind of look at last year as a disappointment. But there's still 14 more years for him to be able to get this team to the promised land.
Let's go to Dan in Sayville. What's up, Dan?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Thanks for taking the call.
Oh,
so I'll be that guy on a Thursday also. Disappointed Yankee fan. The problem with these two games we lost are, yes, it's April, but you're going to want them back when it's September, if it's a couple-game race, for the division. So it kind of leaves you a little sour, but tough losses. You got to take care of business. I can stomach a 1-0 loss against the Dodgers, but you gotta take care of business and handle it up now. But I hope they can get it done. Thanks for taking the game, guys.
You got it.
Listen, it is one of those things during a long season that every year has losses that frustrate you. Today was one. Yesterday, you didn't take advantage in the first inning when you could have broken that game open. You had Severino on the ropes, didn't do it. Today, dead stick, like you would say, Don. Dead stick. You did nothing. Did you see that? The first time since 1958 the Yankees were shut out with one hit?
That's pretty significant.
Like dead stick today. That's what.
Yeah,
you got a great pitching performance out of your starter. So that's this is a frustrating one.
You hope, like I mentioned before, they're 0-4 in one-run games. Very small sample size, probably just a blip on the radar screen. You just want to make sure that this doesn't become a trend, because come playoffs, there'll be a lot of one-run games. You don't want to be the team that doesn't win those games.
Yeah, you got to be clutch. You got to be clutch. Which is why in the 8th inning, when captain's up and there's a runner on base and your offense has done nothing, I need you to do more.
Speaking of the captain.
Hi, Peter, Don, Al. What does Bronny say on the court? Dad, I'm open? Or LeBron, give me the ball?
Great question. He has to say Dad. I can't see him calling him LeBron.
I can't remember.
Fellas, did you...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. These firings, Tortorella, Patrick Roy, reminds me of 2000, Donnie. Robbie Fatorik is doing a decent job with the Devils. First place, Lamoriello fires him, brings on Larry Robinson, and Robinson wakes up Scott Stevens, and they make a great run through the end of the season and the Stanley Cup. That was unbelievable. Fellas, you hit it with the cold weather games. Just give away free coffee, free hot chocolate, and make concessions half price. That's all. You can't change Mother Nature. You can't change your schedule. You can't change TV. Teams come in once, they don't come back. You got to start the games early in March because you don't want doubleheaders. I understand everything, money-driven. So you got to be good to the fans. Any night game in April, give them a break. Now, did you guys see Davy Lopes died?
Yes.
Fellas, this guy was on 4 World Series teams, 74, 77, 78, 81. The Dodgers went to 4 World Series in 8 years. I don't think any of the position players are in the Hall of Fame. Dusty Baker isn't in, is he?
No.
No, Steve Garvey, Ron Say, Davy Lopes is not in. Valenzuela's not in. Tommy John. I think it's only Don Sutton, and he got in because he was an accumulator in the 60s and the 70s. But nobody has been more disrespected as a team ever than those Dodger teams from 74 to 81. 8 years, fellas. I don't understand it. Now, Alan, you'll like this one. Who was greater all around? 2 small men, great in college and great pros in their way. Ernie DiGregorio or Doug Flutie? Alan, who do you take?
Ernie D, better pro.
Better pro. Okay, led the Buffalo Braves. Okay. Yesterday and today, fellas, you ever see 7 straight home games for the New York teams? The hockey team last night, 2 games today, 2 baseball games today home, and 2 basketball games today. 7 straight home games, fellas. You ever see anything like that?
I'm sure we
One
have,
last thing.
but it's pretty incredible.
When was the last
my
time?
headset back on.
When was the last time you remember that many home games,
You
guys?
understand?
Did he ever actually get to what was on the call screener?
You understand that
That was topical. What he was on the call.
Yeah, the
screener.
judge thing. He said that was the last thing. I guess I cut
It was the only thing he told me. That was the only thing he told me.
You guys weren't looking at me.
Oh no, YouTube was.
I took my headset off, and I still could hear him ask me a question.
Yes, because you answered.
Oh, that was with this shot. I just freeze framed a shot. I got to send it to the group here. This is something for the ages.
Everybody face palming.
It's not It's Alan's face palming. I'm checked out. Don looks like he's dead. Like Don looks like
we need a Red Don there.
You know, it's
Red Don would have been great.
There's several things that are disappointing.
Yeah.
What's that?
Is that it could be so much better if we just allowed an ounce of interaction.
That's I know. He's
Because
right
some
there.
of the stuff's pretty good. Like he made some good points about those Dodger teams. I brought it up when Davy Lopes passed away. Like I could name the whole infield, right?
Well, that's
right
the
off
part.
top of my head.
But Don, that's
they
the
didn't
part
have a
that
lot of Hall of Famers, just the pitchers and
But
Lasorda.
That's the part that bothered me. Is Don? This reminds me of 2000. You remember when this happened, Robbie Ftork? We talked about that.
Well, he doesn't listen. He just calls.
We talked about Robbie Ftork. We talked about Larry Robinson. I covered that Devils team all the way to the Cup. Know the story, chapter and verse. I know you do too. It's tattooed on your leg.
And Tortorella didn't get fired. Bruce Cassidy got fired, and Tortorella came in for him.
Yeah.
I drive a Dodge Strat.
But he was right. The Devils lost 4 straight, and Lou panicked, and he brought in Robinson. 8 games left. They went 4-4 in those 8 games.
Yeah.
And they were
Must
down
win
3-1
tonight.
in the conference final.
For the Islanders.
His actual point might have been helpful though.
Oh,
Judge can't be up in front of guys in the 8, 9, and 1 spots that are hitting under 200.
Because they're not on base and he can't.
And they should move him to third. And we've had that conversation with Michael before, and the analytics, and Richard's not happy about it. But instead, we got everything else.
But
that wasn't.
But I'll tell you what, though. Funny thing is, he has had guys on base.
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying. I don't want to be on this guy's case. I love the guy. Love him. But he's got to get over this thing. He's got to get over this.
And he will. I
In
mean,
a
I
big
think that's
spot,
a good thing.
when your team needs you, you need to have the hit where everybody goes, see, that's why he's the man. You
All
got to
right.
have it.
Let's take a break. If you want to get in a call, this would be the last segment to do it today. 1-800-919-3776 because at 6 we have ENN and then we're off at 6:30 for Mets baseball. So if you want to get in, now is the time. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Wow, that's a lot of distractions. Why don't you just focus on the road?
Relax, I'm a great driver.
What about other drivers? Not everyone's a great driver.
I can watch out for them. I'll be fine.
Watch out! In 2023, more than 3,200 people died due to distracted drivers. Keep your eyes on the road. This message brought to you by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
You're sitting at a red light or stuck in traffic, and your phone lights up. Maybe it's a text, a video call, a new post, or a quick notification you think you can check in a second. It feels harmless, but the truth is, once your eyes leave the road, you're not really driving anymore. And traffic doesn't pause just because you do. That split second of distraction can throw off everything. Your reaction time, your awareness, your ability to avoid someone else's mistake. You could damage your car, injure yourself, or hurt someone you care about. Or you could get pulled over for a reminder that your phone isn't worth the risk. So before you start driving, make it easy on yourself. Put your phone on silent. Toss it in the glove box. Set it to Do Not Disturb. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Now through April 23rd, get to Floor & Decor's flagship store in Brooklyn at 850 3rd Avenue. Enter the Design Your Day with K sweepstakes presented by Floor & Decor. Discover unmatched selection, unbelievable prices, plus standout looks in tile, wood, stone, and more. Explore fresh ideas, find your inspiration, and see real people, real projects. The Design Your Day with K sweepstakes, only at Floor & Decor in Brooklyn. Now through April 23rd. Visit ESPNNewYork.com for full details and rules.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talent acquisition at goodkarmabrands.com.
Well, we always include some music news on the show when it happens, and today a very important, albeit controversial at the end of his life, hip-hop figure passed away. The iconic Africa Bambaataa passed away today. A true you talk about the origin story of hip-hop. This is a very, very important piece. The end of his life was marred with sex abuse allegations, child molestation allegations, and really, really bad stuff the last several years, with people alleging that things were happening with him all the way back to the 70s. From a music standpoint, though, he was, in terms of just influence on what hip-hop music became as a DJ, as a record producer. Of course, from a making music standpoint, the biggest record, of course, is Planet Rock. One of the biggest early hip-hop records ever made, but also just culturally, his forming of the Zulu Nation, incredibly important. So, again, end of his life filled with really horrible accusations, but the life that he lived musically, super duper important. Now, Don, you in the early 80s, you being a metal guy and a rock guy, I was not around at the time that this record became big. Was Planet Rock big enough to make it to your orbit at that time, even though you weren't into hip hop, or no?
It was not. No.
Do you know it now?
No.
Alan, you think you know it if he hears it?
He might recognize something.
I feel like he would. I feel like Planet Rock is a hear it at games kind of song, kind of, right?
Probably, yeah. I'll be honest, it wasn't ever on my radar either.
Really? As a kid, it wasn't?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
it
was
never really hit.
It was a club. It was like a club, cool kids kind of thing, but it just became really big and influential. Here, we'll give you a little taste of it. This was Planet Rock. Is it familiar, Don?
Yeah, this was not my thing.
Sounds familiar. I might have been out and about and heard this.
Yeah, it's a pretty big, huge breakdancing record. Just a huge origin sort of hip-hop record. Guys, game time. Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Charlie time. All right, Yankees done. Mets, D-backs coming up right here on 880 at 6:30. Knicks, Celtics. Knicks are, by the way, 5.5-point favorites tonight. So,
and no Jaylen Brown. Derek White available. Jason Tatum, obviously, in the lineup. He said he would be. Wants to get this game out of the way because clearly for him, and he called it a traumatic experience, that injury that he suffered, of course, the Achilles in Game 4. And so for him, he just wants to get back on this court and just get it over with.
So, yeah, I totally get that. And, with the line being 5.5 for the Knicks, to me, that's like Vegas sort of half-assing it a little bit, right?
Think so?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll just say this.
Tempting New Yorkers?
But also, they actually see it being a competitive game. Because if they'd said, hey, no Jaylen Brown, Derek White's day-to-day, we don't think the Celtics really care, I could have seen it being Knicks minus 8.5. Like, they really think the Celtics aren't playing. To me, Knicks 5.5 means that they see this thing actually being pretty competitive. That, of course, is coming up on 10:50 if you want to listen on the radio. Islanders, Leafs at 6:45, Devils, Penguins at the Rock at 7, and Nets and Pacers at 7:30. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Don, what are you expecting? Like, is it crazy? Islanders, Leafs. DeBoer now behind the bench, and they have 4 games left, and it feels like got to win all 4, right? Like, you got to win them all.
It feels that way. I don't know if you have to, because you could get help, but you take care of business. You win all 4, you should be okay.
You should get in, right? Like, does this feel like – because this is a team that's not going anywhere. this is must win, right? Like I know technically it's not, but doesn't it feel like make a coaching change? Like you got to show up, and this team's got to you got to be like rip the door off the hinges when you're going out on the ice. Like this has to be that kind of a performance.
Who am I forgetting? They got Toronto tonight. I know they got Montreal and Carolina. So who am I missing? They got the 4 home games left.
I'm blanking right now because I'm in Nick land.
But, Montreal, very good. Carolina, all right, they've already pretty much clinched the division. But there usually aren't mail-ins at the end of the season.
No.
By those teams.
Ottawa's the other one.
And
Ottawa's a
Ottawa
pain
may
in the
need
ass.
that game.
Yes.
So, and I guess that's probably the Saturday because the Devils play them on Sunday. Yeah, so you don't beat Toronto, there's an issue because you got to be all fired up, right?
Yeah, you got.
If you believe the
game.
reports, the play. I mean, you're hearing reports like the Wah was talking about his cups, and the players are like, "Give me a break." So they got to be happy with the coaching change if you listen to the reports. So, and you're on notice. So if you don't show up here against a lousy Toronto team, then you've got bigger issues.
Yeah, Saturday's 1:00 against the Senators. I'm with you. Boy, it's interesting that Patrick Waugh went to the how many cups I've won thing like Doc Rivers allegedly did with the Bucks of Google me. Right? You know that story.
Right. And
where he had a meeting with the players and the players rolled their eyes when he's like, "Look, I've taken lesser teams than this to the finals."
Right. He's not connecting with the players, so he's got to throw out all his rings on the table.
Yeah.
And most players aren't going to be impressed since most of those rings were won by when they
that's
weren't
interesting
even born
that he did
yet.
that.
Barzal debunked that though.
Well, Barzal was close to him. Barzal took it personally. Like he's the one that seems most affected by the coaching change. And actually, the first thing the board did probably to appeal to him is put him at center or put him back at center. That'll be an interesting wrinkle to see what that looks like. But just defensively, structure-wise, I'm really curious to see what they look like because that's really been the biggest issue.
The board does wear it as welcome, but in the meantime,
his first years are always good, though.
Outside of Florida, Cup final with the Devils, Cup final with San Jose, Cup final with Dallas.
Yeah, always a bridesmaid.
He got Vegas to at least a conference final.
Right. Can he be the Paul Maurice for the Islanders, where it just finally clicks? It finally hits.
Well, you hope, right? Then that would be.
I mean, Paul Maurice's story, right? All the places that he went, he just couldn't break through.
Yeah, Paul Maurice, some success in Carolina.
Yeah, got to a final.
Nothing in Toronto.
No.
Goes to Winnipeg and resigns. Just couldn't seem to get him over the hump.
Wasn't a good fit, right?
Goes to Florida and 3 straight Stanley Cup final appearances and 2 cups.
And finally gets through. Yeah,
that would be something. Although I think the Boers had more success than Maurice had in his other places, but I think Paul Maurice was actually the youngest coach in the history of the NHL when he got the job in Hartford.
Correct. That is correct.
28 years
28.
old.
Yep.
That would be nice if they found that. That would be some success you'd love to have.
Guys, a big ENN like you dream about. Oh, sure I do. It's next right here on Hahn Rosenberg.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of the night. We've got lots going on. Mets are home over at Citi Field, just bumper to bumper, heading across the span of the Whitestone Bridge into Queens from the Bronx side. Islanders home at the UBS Arena, and no relief heading that way from Nassau County. We've got this crash on the Grand Central westbound right before the Cross Island in the left lane. Solid delays go back onto the Northern State from Shelter Rock Road. Knicks are home at MSG. Your best bet into Midtown. Stick with mass transit. Also have the Nets home at the Barclays in Brooklyn. Typical slowdowns on the BQE. You're packed in both directions approaching Atlantic Avenue. We had the Yanks home earlier this afternoon in the Bronx. Still jammed on the Deegan northbound heading over to the Cross Bronx and outbound George from the Triborough and the Bruckner. Inbound Georgia about 15 to 20 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels about a 15 to 20 minute ride. Over in Jersey, Devils are home tonight at the Rock in Newark. Solid ride on 280 heading over to 21 in the Stickle Drawbridge. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Hello.
Great. Welcome to ENN. Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
ENN tonight is brought to you by our friends at Fanatics Fest NYC. I'd like to start off by saying good evening to Don.
Can you tell me how to do that? Clean day.
Really? Wow.
Can I say good evening to Alan?
They play hard. They play good.
Clean day.
And Alan.
You know, and that's another thing.
Oh.
You know, and that's another thing.
Somebody tweeted at me that it sounds like...
Cameron from Ferris Bueller?
Yes.
Yes. I didn't read it. I just thought it.
You know, and that's another thing.
Yeah, when you did the voice, I thought that is Cameron in Ferris Bueller. Good evening to myself. We love what we did. Unfortunately, it's just going to be me and my hand heading home now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought that was...
accurate.
That was on the line, Don?
You never know with these yo-yos.
You thought it was questionable?
For me,
not to me, but if you told me they dumped it, I wouldn't be
guys.
surprised.
Those are those guys. Let's try this again. You guys talked over it. Some good English from me here earlier. For me, those are that guys. Those are those guys. That are those guys. That's the that guy. I could see that making it to the that guy intro one day. That could have a place in the That Guy Thursday intro.
It would work.
Let's say good evening to Richard. This was interesting.
Hi, Peter, Don, Al.
Al.
You can, yeah.
I love it. I love Al.
I can call you Betty, and Betty when you call me.
Call me Al.
Now, this was... do you guys remember how last week I told you I had the whole kerfuffle in the wrestling world because I was critical of the suicide dive.
Yes.
And everyone was screaming at me on the internet and telling me to shut up and what do I know and let people do what they do.
It's a day that ends in Y, basically.
Correct. Well, on the Monday that ends in Y, on Raw.
Monday, yeah.
Monday, the same wrestler I was originally referring to, Io Sky, did another one of those dives.
And?
My good friend Corey Graves on color commentary.
I think I gave Rosenberg a heart attack.
She pulled the Don, said I'd do it again.
Yeah, she did it again.
I think I gave Rosenberg a heart attack.
And then he also said he should talk to her. So just fully mocking me. By the way, what is the screaming in the background? Listen closely.
I think I gave Rosenberg a heart attack.
I don't know what. Yeah, I was going to ask you.
That is Io, isn't it?
Yeah, she's pumped after hitting the move.
Yeah.
Right.
She hit the suicide.
Probably yelling at you.
Hit the suicida, having herself a scream. You know what I mean?
A scream.
God, I had the most annoying thing happen earlier, and Anthony walked in during the break as I was dealing with it.
Really?
Yeah,
Anthony walked in on you.
I said no, not like that. We love what we did. Unfortunately, it's just going to be me and my hand heading home now.
Right.
Listen, you're by yourself in the studio. Anything goes.
That's right.
Now, what would you do? Never mind.
No, I set up this thing. I signed up to get this insurance plan with Verizon when I moved my Fios.
Mm-hmm.
That basically it's like an insurance plan, but what the reason it's a perk is for me, included twice a month you can get someone to come to your house and install other electronics. So basically with the $25 fee a month that you can cancel anytime, you can say, I need someone to come hang a TV in my house. Right?
Is this $25 a month?
5
whole years?
No, it's not that. It's not that. But now you said it, so
stuck in your head.
That means you know what that means.
25 a month. Don Hahn Rosenberg with you until 7. In your ears.
Same sweet number in your ear.
Actually, it's quite the opposite of that. That's an Optimum commercial. This is me talking about Fios. But anyway,
I know, but
you get the idea.
Yeah.
So for the $25, they'll come, and so I said yes, I'll do it for this month because I know I have some TVs to install since I just moved again. So I set up the appointment. I'm all set. We're on the air. I miss a phone call from them wanting to confirm tomorrow's appointment. I obviously didn't answer the call. And 5 minutes later, I just get an email saying the appointment's canceled.
Aw.
I mean, what's wrong with
that guy?
Yeah, well, that just... Come on, man. Come on, do better. Guys, not a whole lot happening in the world today, but we're going to talk about it. I mean, I know Don's excited at least because it's Tiger time.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I was just talking to the president.
It's not Tiger time.
Yeah, I was just talking to the president.
Well, it is Masters time, and a lot of people talk at the Masters. Currently, Rory McIlroy, currently first overall, 5 under for the day. Shot himself a 67.
Did you see the AI?
Sam Burns also 5 under. Justin Rose right there at 4 under. Patrick Reed, a.k.a. Fat Tiger, up there at 3 under.
Did you see
Scheffler at 2? Yeah.
The opening, what do they call it? The tee off, the ceremonial tee off.
First tee. Yeah.
Did you see Jack Nicklaus?
No. What was going on?
No, he looked great. He came out. Somebody had to put the ball on the tee for him because we don't want this guy bending over. He might not get back up. But he was great. It was just a cool thing. Tom Watson went after him. They had some fun. But look, I mean, this is a legend in the sport who is still one of the most liked and easy. Like talk about a guy who's comfortable in his own skin. Just a guy's guy, Jack Nicklaus. And he came out there, he hit a nice tee shot and then just smiled at everybody and walked away and watched Watson hit his. And that was nice to see because we have to this is a legend that we don't know how much longer he's going to be with us.
No.
So
that's the golden bear to you and me.
Very cool to see. One of the good guys.
And it feel like golf is the one sport that seems to honor the past players more than any other sport.
But that's the thing. Yes, Don, and the beauty of it is, and this is where you and I argue so much, about Tiger, and the beauty of it is you can continue to play, and still, guys, once a year I'm watching one of the majors and some name I haven't thought of in 20 years because they just haven't done anything, but they still have the exemption and can play.
He goes on a run.
Is kind of on a run, and you look, they're on the leaderboard at 2 under on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You don't get that in other sports.
Only other is tennis.
Well, no, but not in
And
this
not
kind
anymore. And not anymore.
Yeah, but they're not able to compete in the big.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like, you don't get to have Yvonne Lendl go on a little run in the U.S. Open.
I'm not talking about all those years later, but like the Connors one many years ago, that was a lot of fun. And
But yeah, in retrospect, he was like 37.
I know. It's like that in tennis, the old-timey
so
guys are 35.
Yeah, it was Agassi's comeback at 34 years old.
It is funny. Like Connors acted like he was Bruce Willis in every movie. I'm too old for this spit. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, when you think about the Connors thing, and if you're young and you don't remember it, it was a huge deal.
Oh my God.
The Connors comeback was such a big deal. And in my child brain, I thought that man had to be 50 years old.
Right.
Don, what was he, 36?
I think
no way he was only 36.
He might have been 39.
Oh, yeah, he had to be.
39 sounds right. 39
well,
sounds
it's
right.
the same thing with Foreman.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was only 40.
I know. I know. We act like he was grandpa.
We were watching, I was like, oh, my God, he might die. Not getting hit, just walking into the ring.
Dad, he's almost as old as you. Yeah.
I know. He was 40 years old. Jimmy Connor, I think you nailed it, Don, at 39. Let's see what. Yep, 39, Don.
That's wild.
In 91.
But didn't it come off as every Bruce Willis character?
Oh yeah, it gave so old,
right?
Like it's just you were like, I can't believe this guy's still going.
Give it up, old man.
Now, how about this? You want to go even crazier? My favorite tennis player of all time is, of course, the great Andre Agassi. And just to pop Richard, his real name Andre Agassian, of course, because he's Armenian. But Andre fell off in every way. The drug problems, you can read about it all in his book, of course. And he dropped to number 141 in the world in 1997. And then he made his comeback in 99.
Yeah.
He now was bald.
Yep.
He was quiet. He wore all white.
Yeah, he was no longer the brash, young,
totally different guy. The older version of Andre Agassi.
Yeah.
29 years old.
No, he wasn't. Stop it.
No way.
Bald Andre was only 29?
29.
I'm going to double check this. I'm going to double check it. I don't want to play myself. He was born in 1970. That comeback was 1999. He was 20. He was a child. If that Andre Agassi worked at the station and tried to make a point about something, we'd all look at each other like, "What's this kid talking about? Who cares?"
He'd be the one complaining about the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that he music.
He's only 55 now, guys.
But it's just I don't know what it is.
Sports old can be very confusing,
especially tennis. Because that's the toughest. That's the most grueling.
Yes.
Dude, Sampras at the end seems so old. He wasn't. No. All right, so anyways, back to the old guys talking about Tiger. Gary Player with some very interesting words about Tiger Woods today at the Masters.
You know, it's very easy. The human being is so critical of everything. If I or any of you in this room had the pain that Tiger Woods had, think of the excruciating pain that this man has been going through for a long time. And look what's happened. I think it's 20 operations on one, either the back or the legs, but many, many operations on his leg and his back. So he's in pain. Do I blame him for taking medicine? Hell no. He has sleep deprivation. Do I blame him for taking something to help him sleep? No. But I don't think he should drive a car. When you're taking that medicine, it's dangerous when you're driving a car. Same as it's dangerous when you look at your cell phone in the car.
Is that Michael Caine?
That was actually just a clip from Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. But yeah,
I love Gary Player, but that didn't that sound?
Yeah.
Like that was Alfred.
That's Alfred, folks.
That's
Alfred.
Alfred.
Yeah, no, I respect what he has to say. How do you know? Thank you for keeping it real.
Yeah, that was good.
And it's hard for Tiger to, he's obviously going to hear about that. And how do you not take it seriously coming from a legend who's doing it in a way also that's not condemning, it's not critical, it's just saying, come on, man. No, obviously you're in pain. Obviously there's some stuff going on here with painkillers. What are you doing?
Isn't it what you said, Peter, when we first heard of the accident? The first thing you said is, why is he even driving himself anywhere anymore?
It's just, when you're a Tiger level rich,
why are you driving?
I just don't understand how you didn't go, hey, You know what it probably is? It's probably because when people are addicted to stuff, they're very often in denial about that addiction. That's how they're able to keep going.
Of course.
So by being in denial about the addiction period, it's like, well, I can drive. Why would I? Because in his mind, he's probably playing some game with himself where he goes, well, if I get a driver and don't care, then I'm really going to let go and let this thing get out of control. So if I keep driving, I know that means I won't ever really do anything that bad. But then he keeps doing it over and over.
Or if I get a driver, this guy's got to know everywhere I'm going and everything I'm doing.
Or people know you got a driver, like what's going on.
But no one would ever think that. Does anyone see Rihanna get driven anywhere and go, oh, that Rihanna, she must be an alcoholic?
They know that he likes to drive, and I guess whatever.
Maybe he likes it. Yeah. Maybe he likes his privacy. Who knows?
Guys, I will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
From Destroy It.
See you, Donnie. Have a great one.
Okay. Thanks.
But it just every Tiger's worth $1 billion, guys.
No, it's like this. When we were kids, and you thought about rich people, and obviously, if you're worth $1 billion, you're a rich person.
Well, you're going to step out there all the way on the limb.
I'm a little hot take.
Yeah, go for it.
So, but what were the things you imagined aside from the mansion? Was you must go everywhere in a limo with your own driver, right? That was always like the lifestyles of the rich and famous,
dude.
Listen, you never drove a car. You didn't have to. You had a guy drive for you.
Listen, you want to have a couple of cars because you're rich and you want to have a couple of cars? No problem.
Yeah.
But on a day-to-day basis, what's the number I would need? If I got to
what's that?
I'm trying to think what the number would be for me. I'm being realistic.
Like where you'd get a driver?
Yeah, I'd say if I had like $25 million, it would probably be full-time driver. If I was sitting on a nice $25 million, that means the salary because you're going to end up spending
less from me
because you're going to spend a few $100,000 on it a year, right? So are you willing to spend a few $100,000?
Yeah, but it's not you. It's your LLC and it's a business expense and all those other things.
All those things, right?
It becomes an employee of yours.
So maybe less, maybe $10 million. If I had $10 million,
absolutely.
Maybe I get the driver.
Listen, I've started considering it now,
as you should,
because it's the amount of driving and the travel and all the stuff I've got to do. Like this, it's 2 hours of wasted time, more than 2 hours, almost 3 hours of wasted time for me where I could be getting work done. And it's something.
So imagine if you had $1 billion, like it wouldn't even be a thought. It would be
even have multiple drivers.
Oh no, you would. You'd have to because you need them all the time.
Shifts, right?
Yeah, and especially if you're like, hey, because by the way, I'm not judging Tiger's life. You want to, you and which Trump is he with again? The daughter-in-law.
I don't pay attention.
You and her want to go out, and who I don't know what your lifestyle is. Have someone on call 24/7. There's always someone sitting there in the car for you.
But that's like the NFL. The NFL providing for players a driver when you go out,
and yet
still get DUIs. Yeah,
it's just a Tiger, man. Come on.
No, I know.
All
right.
right.
I got to run in a minute, too.
No.
But, yes, I do. But I do want to say this. What do you think of this? Because you're a Celtics fan. Knicks Celtics, it's game 80. At the Garden tonight, resale of a ticket tonight on Game Time. What would you think it is? Let's say the average price of a home ticket for a Knicks game this season is $500. What do you think the average price is going for tonight on the resale market? I'm just seeing this right now for this game tonight.
Well, I mean, you're asking me, which makes me think it's expensive.
Obviously, it's more than the average price. But how much more would you?
You said the average price was what?
$516 is the average price of a Knicks home game this season.
The average price to do what?
To go to a game.
For how many tickets?
One. That lower bowl, man.
How are you, Peter? Welcome.
That lower part is, it's hard to get those seats, man.
So you mean the average price on the secondary market is $500?
I'm guessing that's what it means.
Got it. So I guess you're saying it's above that, which is insane. So you're saying it's what, $750?
Higher, Bob.
Well, it's no one. By the way, pay attention. Not one of these is selling. There's not.
Think?
I don't know, man. You're gonna drive. How much? 800.
Higher, Bob.
1,000.
Higher, Bob.
That's ridiculous.
1,200.
Right there.
No.
1,175.
To sit where?
The average price for a Knicks Celtics game at the Garden tonight.
To sit where? I better be on Breen's lap.
I'm not looking at it. It's a.
That makes no sense, man.
Yeah. No. This is what Game Time is reporting.
Well,
I get to wear Clyde's suit.
Yeah, I mean, for that, well, when it's game time, it's Stolly time.
Yeah, certainly.
That is madness, dude.
Right. For this game. So can you imagine what the
No, I can't.
What a playoff game's going to go for? Which is why the Knicks are doing this policy with you're not getting your tickets right away when the playoff tickets sell. You saw this. So the Rangers are not raising prices, which you shouldn't do when the team doesn't make the playoffs. The Garden has stayed true to that. And the Knick tickets, they're protecting from the secondary market by not issuing them until 24 hours before the game. They're trying to protect the fans who want to buy tickets from all these things getting bought up by the secondary market. So something to watch when the playoffs begin, for sure.
All right, well, I'm looking right now on Ticketmaster, and I'm looking at these resales.
Okay. Well, this is according to Game Time.
No.
So
Well, hold on. Verified resale.
Yep.
This ticket is up high. I mean, high, $700.
Like
it's crazy.
Up in the 200s?
As high as it
higher?
goes. Yep. No, as high. That's it, right?
Wow.
224.
Wow.
The hell out of here.
All right. I got to do some pregame.
God bless.
I will see you guys tomorrow.
We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We look forward to it. Wow. What is going on here?
What do you think then a price for a playoff ticket will be?
Well, where?
I don't know. Because you're already talking about a game where it doesn't look like the Celtics are going to try all that hard if Brown is out. And it's taking you $700 to get in the building.
Just to get in the building, I would have to assume it's probably like $1,400 just to get in.
Well, here's the thing, though. Can I just say this?
Sure.
If you're the kind of yo-yo who's interested in spending a ton of money to go to this game tonight, do me a favor. Don't spend $700 to sit in the worst seats in the house when you could sit in the. I'm looking right now. You could sit in the 5th row under the basket for $936.
That's probably worth it.
So if you're gonna go, don't spend $700 to sit in $225.
I saw somebody say 2 nights ago Legend seats at Yankee Stadium were $250. They're never $250, but nobody was going because it was freezing.
That comes with the food?
Yeah, it's the whole, you get the lobster.
The shrimp as big as a baby's foot?
Yeah, as big as a baby's foot. Oh, yeah.
Like, those tickets have to come with something for the Knicks. Like, some free drinks,
Again,
some promo.
Green's lap, and you get to wear Clyde's jacket.
I think you should be able to sleep with Alan. That for that price, I mean.
I don't know what we're going to do with that, but sure, why not?
Wow. That's crazy to me.
Are you going to be locked in tonight, Peter? Are you going to?
I'm traveling tonight to O-Town.
Well, they'll have it. That's perfect.
Who will have it?
Prime will have it.
I don't think my United flight has a TV.
No TV.
Isn't that crazy to pay to upgrade to first class and still have no TV?
That's unfortunate.
I think so too. I think it's deeply unfortunate. So will I lock in? I will probably lock in maybe when I get to the airport, and then when I'm sitting on the plane waiting, I'll watch on the phone. If I can pull off internet and watch on the flight. What time's tip? Oh, it's 7 o'clock.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
No, it's a 7 o'clock, 7:30 tip. 7 o'clock pre, 7:30 tip.
Oh, sorry.
We're up at 6:30 for the lovely Mets.
For the Mets.
Yes.
The Amazings.
Oh, you betcha.
If you will. All right, back to the ENN of it all.
We should. Only got a couple minutes.
The Justice Department has begun an investigation into whether the NFL has violated anti-competitive practices with its television contracts that require consumers to pay subscription costs to watch some games. This is about affordability and creating an even playing field for providers. The NFL has an antitrust exemption for the negotiating of its television contracts through the Sports Broadcast Act of 1961.
I remember it well.
Yeah, me too. So what is this actually about? Is this about the ticket?
Are they trying? Is it the streaming aspect of it where it's not every game is free? Is the stream bubble bursting, Peter?
That's the interesting question. And I've wondered this for years. How can, in a league that already makes so much money, I'm surprised they think that it is worth their while to only charge for you to get like an entire package that costs as much as it does. I'm shocked that they haven't said, you know what, people would really spend a lot of money being able to buy individual games for like $9.99. You know, it just, this system of you got to spend like $300 to get the ticket, and then you still have to watch the local games on it's, considering how good they are at business, who am I to say anything? I still think the setup they have for TV is odd. Guys, that's going to do it for today's ENN, brought to you by our friends at Fanatics Fest. Fanatics Fest returning to the Javits Center July 16th through the 19th. Thank you. See Aaron Judge, Jalen Brunson, John Cena, and so many more. The world's largest sports fan festival. Tickets available now at fanaticsfest.com. Tomorrow, Don will be in Detroit. I will be in Orlando. Alan will be here in New York, and we will all get together for a big Friday show. We'll break down the Knicks and Celtics, the Mets and the Diamondbacks as well. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
Attention, New York Verizon mobile customers. Score a massive win with award-winning Fios